Back like we never left. We are here once again for our third coverage here tonight, and it is only fitting that we end it with our New York Knicks taking on the Chicago Bulls. Let's start the show. Run it for a third time. We are back once again for the final time here tonight as our New York Knicks are taking on the Chicago Bulls. We are down there in Chicago. My hat looks like a mess, my God. But we are back, yes sir. Lionel Monas, what's up Lionel? Alex, what's up Alex? Joseph, what's up Joe? John Collar, what's up John? Here we are, let's do it, Go ahead, stop the music, let's get it going. Let's do it. Let's run it one more time. Joey DeLuca, what's up, Joey? John Mosgrove, appreciate you. As always, Hubian, Ozahar, Joey DeLuca, as President Goomba, and as Joey DeLuca. Appreciate you guys. Let's do it. Let's run the show. We're going to start where we always start, and that is indeed with the captain, Jalen Brunson. Picking up right where we left off. Jalen Brunson is taking on the Chicago Bulls. And you know what? Actually, we got a couple things to go over with the Chicago Bulls, more so than we do with the New York Knicks. But we are back with the New York Knicks here tonight. They played last night, second night of a back-to-back. As a matter of fact, one of the things I do want to look at is Mitchell Robinson playing today, because I was searching the internet before the game started. And I was thinking, Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Said Alex, wow, last game was crazy versus the Rockets. It was crazy. It was a great game. I want to look real quick. Do anybody know, off the top of their head, is Mitchell Robinson playing? Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Don't you dare forget about me. Quit playing. What's up, Big Rud? What's up, Big Rud? Let me just look up Mitchell Robinson's name. He should come up if he is not available, right? He should come up right away because we should know. Second night of a back-to-back, he's not playing. But no updates. No updates on Mitchell Robinson. So, Lana Mona said, I think he's resting. Mitch only played 17 minutes. I don't see an official update on whether or not he's playing today. So, until I get an official update, I'm going to assume he's playing. Normally, they come out early. And they just tell us whether or not he's going to be available, especially on the second night with resting situations, right? Prish Mia said he's playing. I mean, I haven't seen anything that tells me otherwise, so I'm going to assume he's playing, right? Big Rud said you guys should dominate in the paint. My God, I forgot we're playing the Bulls, Big Rud. I forgot. They should. The Knicks are coming off one of their more impressive victories this season. So hopefully they can continue that momentum in here today. Right? Sean, what's up, Sean? Joey DeLuca, my guy, appreciate you. Prince Jamiha. I'm expecting Mitchell Robinson to be playing until told otherwise. So we're going to go through it as if he is playing. Jalen Brunson got off to a slow start. Now, I will say he had the nightmare of all nightmare type of matchups when he matched up with both Thompson twins in back-to-back nights, in consecutive, not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back games in consecutive games where he played the Pistons and had to be hounded by All-Star Thompson before going up against Houston and being hounded by Amen Thompson. It was a stressful couple of games there for Jalen Brunson, to say the least. E. Gibson, what's up, E? Justice Dad, of course, what's up, Justice Dad? Anthony G&T, my guy, appreciate you, Anthony. So Jalen Brunson, got matched up with All-Star Thompson first, then had to deal with Amen Thompson, and, wasn't great. It wasn't great for Jalen Brunson against Houston. Got off to the slow start, but he was not forcing things, just trying to play his game and let things come to him naturally, try to pick and find his spots. Amen Thompson and the Houston Rockets defense did not make it easy for Jalen Brunson. And ultimately, when it came down to it, the captain put his cape on, and he was able to dig down deep, find that captain clutch Jalen Brunson Superman mode on, and was able to eventually pull it out. Went 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter, because that's what Jalen Brunson does. When the world needed him most, he showed up. Big Red said, I'm in Chicago off the lake. I'm ready for whatever. Raymond Jacobs, what's up, Raymond? Another night of fire with you and my Knicks. Yes, sir, Raymond. Yes, sir. Jalen Brunson, we know what he's done on the season, so we're not even really going to go through the stats as normal, because we are at the point of the season where, like, let's keep it moving. Let's go. Let's do it. But Jalen Brunson is not going to be matched up with a domineering defensive player here today, so he should be able to kind of do whatever he wants if he chooses to do so. We'll see what kind of impact he's going to have on the game. Obviously, it's going to be positive, but what kind of play style he's going to come out with? Is he going to be the guy scoring majority of the points and the offense is going to run through him? Is he going to allow other guys to get off? Whose night is it going to be? Because against the lowly tanking Chicago Bulls, the Knicks should have their pick of the litter as to who they decide to play through, who has the hot hand here tonight. So it could be Jalen Brunson, or it could be the man of the hour, Karl-Anthony Towns, who had a phenomenal game against the Houston Rockets. He was fantastic against the Rockets. No complaints here. Yeah, sure, we could always have our qualms. He picked up an offensive foul here, an offensive foul there, whatever. Silly foul here, missed rotation there. Did not matter. Overall, he was, to me, the best player on the court for the New York Knicks in totality of the 4 quarters last night. He was great. He was fantastic. Absolutely loved the kind of impact he had in the game. We got to stop using him as a scapegoat. Yes, he's frustrating. Yes, he has his flaws, his very obvious flaws. But overall, my guy was there when we needed him most, and he was able to come through in a big-time game on national television. Just told everybody to shh. I'm Big Cat. Big Cities was indeed in the building. Most notably last night against the Houston Rockets, Karl-Anthony Towns was 3 for 3 from three-point range. We have well documented his struggles from three-point range this season. Under 36%, which is a career low for him. It has been brutal out on the perimeter for him. For whatever reason, he has not been able to get it going, despite the fact that he is getting really good looks from the perimeter. So, Alex said, what's Chicago's record? It's not good. It is 24-33. But they are in full tank mode. So at the trade deadline, they shipped off all of their decent pieces. They have been left with really only guys like Josh Giddey. But a report did come out from Ian Begley. As a matter of fact, I could pull it up here to get all of the names that were involved. But I know Josh Giddey is one of them who will have his minutes limited here today. If I could find it, I guess I'm not going to be able to find it. But I know Josh Giddey is going to have his minutes limited today, and he's the best player on the court for them. He, Modest Buzelis, guys like that. So the Knicks should have a fairly easy time against this Bulls team. Now, don't get it twisted. They are still a team full of NBA basketball players. You're going to have to go out and beat them. Hopefully, the Knicks handle business here today. Egan said on back-to-back, we should get this. We should. Dad said, has put on a masterclass Sunday on every NBA coverage and good games. Appreciate Dad. We're just out here hanging out, watching the basketball. Angel A1 Jerome, what's up, Angel? OG Ananobi also, you want to talk about putting on a masterclass? My guy was all over the court last night, in taking on Houston in the Garden. He had the Kevin Durant matchup. He made it difficult for him. Kevin Durant started to get it going, especially in that third quarter there. But when they built up that big lead. But overall, for 3 of the 4 quarters, OG Anunoby was absolutely locked down, especially in that fourth quarter, just stayed solid, stayed consistent. He got it going offensively to start the game and then kind of faded as the game went on, but it's okay because that's why you have 4 of the teammates on the court with you. It was not his night as a whole. It was his night to start it, but he got it going to start us off, and then everybody else chipped in to help end the game. Just that said, last night felt like last week after today's 2 other games. Joseph said OG was a time bomb that game. He was very good. He chipped in. He did exactly what he needed to do. And then at the end of the game, picked the defense back up, locked down on Kevin Durant, and just made it difficult on him. And that's all you could really ask for, right? That's what he didn't do against Cade Cunningham. So hopefully here tonight, I don't even know who's going to be matched up with. Josh Giddey, I guess. Just make it difficult on their best player. Also, what's his name? Modest Buzelis, he'll probably be matched up with as well during times. Jacob Shonak, appreciate you, Jacob. Thank you for the subscription, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Egibson said OG needs to do more. I mean, I'd like him to be consistent, especially in terms of his shooting. over the course of the 4 quarters, but I think OG's doing more than enough. He's locking up defensively, and he's knocking down, at least last night, knocked down shots offensively. Now, if he could do that consistently, the thing that I wanted to see him do more is be more consistent, not necessarily do more on the court. I need Karl-Anthony Towns to continue to give us what he's been giving us these last couple of games. In particular, last night, he was fantastic. Jalen Brunson could give us a little bit more. Obviously, he had the tough matchups. Tonight should be easier. But the guy I really want to see us give more is this guy right here. Mikal Bridges, where have you been at? It seems like when OG Anunoby goes out and Mikal Bridges knows he needs to step up a little bit more, he starts to play better. He starts to play like the guy we thought we were going to get when we traded 5 first-round picks for him. And then when OG Anunoby comes back, he's just very comfortable just fading into the wing and onto the corner, not really doing much. He scored 11 points the other night, was not really all that impactful out there. As a matter of fact, towards the end of the game, Mike Brown decided to go with Landry Shamet over him and Jose Alvarado. And it just made sense because ultimately we're not even really feeling his presence out there. Like, yeah, we look at the box score and it's like, oh yeah, 11, 5, and 4 or whatever the point, or whatever his averages have turned out to be as the season's gone on. It's just, ultimately, at times, it just always feels like it's just not enough. And I don't even really need the numbers to tick up, but I do need the impact. I do need to feel like Mikal Bridges is out there. Stop fading away from contact. Every time he falls away, it doesn't end well. And every time he goes to the basket, great things tend to happen. The defense collapses and he's able to kick it out, or he's able to just get a layup or draw a foul. But stop fading away from the basket, man. It is driving me crazy how many times we see him have some sort of an advantage when putting the ball on the floor and then settle for a mid-range pull-up jumper. You're 6'7" with a long wingspan. Get to the rim. When was the last time we saw Mikal Bridges draw a foul going to the basket? It feels like he's done that maybe 2 or 3 times this season. Need my guy to get to the line. Need him to get to the rim because we know he has it in him. We know it's there for Mikal Bridges, and we just got to find a way to pull it out, man. Knicks and NYC, Bernard Johnson. Susan, what's up, Susan? Josh Hart was a little bit of a disaster in that Houston matchup. Now, here's the thing with Josh Hart is I love Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart as much as anybody else loves Josh Hart. I'm so happy he's a Knick. I want him to retire a New York Knick. But there are some matchups in which Josh Hart cannot play 25 minutes. There are some matchups where Josh Hart is a 15-minute-a-game guy. And Houston was one of those matchups. They were not guarding him. I don't care what this number says. Right? It's nice. I love it. We're going to, rag on it all. Not even rag on it, but we're going to talk about it all the time. Oh, he's shooting the lights out of the ball this year. But it's 40% on low volume. It can't be low volume. I'll take 36% on much higher volume than 40% on low volume. Because low volume, whether you shoot it at a high percentage or not, tells me that teams are still not going to guard you from out there. And if they're not guarding you from out there and you're not able to get the three-point shots up, the paint is getting clogged. And it was not a coincidence when Josh Hart was out of the game in that fourth quarter, the whole fourth quarter, before they put him back in to inbound the ball at the very tail end, the last couple of possessions. It was not a coincidence that without Josh Hart on the court and Mitchell Robinson and Jeremy Sohan, it was not a coincidence that suddenly with 5 shooters out there, the offense looked phenomenal and everybody was able to breathe. Some nights you're going to need Josh Hart. I tend to think on a night like tonight, they're going to need Josh Hart. But there are some nights like Houston, like maybe even a Boston, like other situations like that, where you're not going to need Josh Hart nearly as often as we have been playing Josh Hart. And I tweeted this out the other night. I have to think that between Tom Thibodeau and now Mike Brown, who are both insanely smart basketball minds, both of those guys, insane, like they watch film to death. They know what they're seeing. They are not blind. And yet, both of them refuse to do the obvious thing of limit Josh Hart's minutes in situations or in matchups like we just had, where they just refuse to guard Josh Hart, and Josh Hart plays right into their hands by refusing to shoot the 3 ball, despite the fact that he's even shooting it well this year. If that is the case, there is no fixing that issue. Now, Josh Hart still has his uses, even last night still had his uses, but you have to limit his minutes in order to maximize his impact. Putting him out there for 30 minutes on a night where he does not have an advantage and they're just ignoring him and he's mucking up the offense for his own team makes everybody look at Josh Hart and be like, oh, I guess Josh Hart's bad at basketball now. It's like, that's not the case. And we all know that's not the case, but it's hard to rationalize how Josh Hart can fit on a team or be put in a position that's just not working out. Because we all know better. We all have two eyes. We're all seeing what we're seeing. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Mitchell Robinson sometimes falls into the same category as well. Mitch, I believe, is playing today. Again, I will believe he's not playing when they update us that he's not playing. But usually they update that early, and they have not. So I'm going to assume Mitchell Robinson is playing tonight. First time he'll be playing on the second night of a back-to-back this season. He was not very impactful against the Houston Rockets last night. He was fine. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't good either. It's just kind of a kind of game for Mitchell Robinson. He got a couple of layups, got a couple of rebounds. It was fine. And just the kind of a regular backup big game for Mitchell Robinson. Was not a dominant effort at all. From what we're used to and very accustomed to seeing from Mitchell Robinson. E. Gibson said we should win, but it's the NBA. Very well put, E. Gibson. We should win, but it is the NBA. We did just watch the very underhanded Oklahoma City Thunder knock off a healthy Cleveland Cavaliers team, and we just watched a shorthanded Golden State Warriors team knock off a mostly healthy Denver Nuggets team. So the Knicks should win, but it has definitely been a little bit of a day of upsets here. Egan said if we get 35 plus from JB and Cat and some decent bench support, we win. I mean, the bench support has been there. I agree with you, E. Gibson. The bench support has been there. 25 plus, I mean, we can go with 35 plus. I mean, he's more than capable of doing that. The bench support, including Mitchell Robinson, has just been solid, right? We got Mitchell Robinson. Deuce McBride still out with the injury. We'll get to him. Landry Shamet was fantastic last night. He played almost the entirety of the fourth quarter there, if not the whole fourth quarter, I believe. He was fantastic. Jose Alvarado was fantastic. He was the catalyst in the fourth quarter there. Ended up being rewarded with Defensive Player of the Game for the Knicks. Jordan Clarkson is no longer part of the rotation. Tyler Kolek is no longer part of the rotation. But the bench has been showing up between Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson, and Landry Shamet. And Mo Diawara, Jeremy Sohan's getting a chance. Hopefully tonight is the kind of night where he can show his stuff a little bit more. But the bench has been solid. I'm not really too worried about the bench. Not too worried about Brunson today because the nightmare matchups are done with for now between the Thompson twins. He should have a much easier night tonight getting to his spots and getting his shots off. Same with Karl-Anthony Towns. No Nikola Vucevic today. I don't even know who they're starting at center. Jalen Smith, I believe, but he will also have his minutes limited. The same with their point guard, Josh Giddey. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Jason, what's up, Jason? So who do we have to look out for? Oh, did I put in the Knicks twice? That's hilarious. So let's go back here. Let me clean this up. Hilarious, I put the Knicks in twice. Let's move that out. And then we have about 15 minutes to get through the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls are a funky team. I don't even have them fully updated here because they sold everybody off at the deadline, right? So I don't know who's playing. I don't know. As a matter of fact, let me pull their injury report up here. Let's pull their injury up here. So if we go to ESPN, Patrick Williams is probable. Nick Richards, they traded for Nick Richards. Didn't even know that happened. Is probable. Anthony Simons is out. Zach Collins is out. Ivy is out. And obviously, Asenge's been out all season. So, okay, let's go through it. Josh Giddey is their best player on the team. He's a walking triple-double threat, and he always seems to get a triple-double when playing the New York Knicks for whatever reason. He's going to have, they already came out and they said he's going to have his minutes restricted tonight. They are in full tank mode, so there's that. Roro-san, what's up, Roro? Be careful of the upset for the back-to-back. Absolutely, second night of a back-to-back. But it is not a very good team. They are just coming off of the All-Star break, so I don't want to hear the tired excuses. I get it, second night of a back-to-back. They are on the road. They had to travel for the back-to-back. I get it. I don't want to hear those excuses, though. We are getting late into the season. Every win matters. Cleveland just lost today. Get a victory. Roro said Giddey is a real PG. I mean, a little bit. I mean, the ball handling is a little bit suspect for Josh Giddey, and his ability to get into the paint can be a little bit suspect as well. But Josh Giddey's 6'7". He's got the size for it. These are very old stats, by the way. Because, again, I was not going to update the Chicago Bulls because I'm not even sure what their roster fully looks like because of all the deals. Sean said, so Portland and Celtics get rid of Anthony, but Bulls pick him up. He is a walking bucket. Dang. I mean, he was always going to be a trade candidate for the Boston Celtics, and that's what he ended up being at the deadline there. It was always going to be a short-term thing with Anthony Simons, and the Bulls did pick him up, and he will likely not stay on the Bulls going into the next season. I'd be very surprised if that did happen. But Josh Giddey, solid. Like I said, he always plays well against the New York Knicks. Hopefully the Knicks can handle him here today, especially with limited options to help him out as well. Remember, no Kobe White, and Anthony Simons is out with the injury today. Mark, what's up, Mark? This is a tanking Bulls team. Anthony Simons is out, former Boston Celtic. That's why you can see the green here for him. He is out. He will not be playing here today. So should be an easier matchup for the Knicks, right? Obviously with no Simons. Jaden Ivey is also out, a guy they traded for at the deadline as well. He's going to be out. What is his injury, by the way? He had a very, very somber post-game interview not too long ago where he talked about he's not the same kind of player after the injury, which is always sucks to hear a player talk about. Used to hear guys like Derrick Rose talk about himself like that, and it's like, nah, brother, you can battle back. You can battle back. You got to change your game a little bit, but you should be all right. Jaden Ivey, left knee injury, reevaluated by medical staff in 2 weeks. So I thought they ruled him out for the rest of the season, but it doesn't seem like they did. Modest Buzelis is really the only young building block star that they have, possible star that they have on this team. He's the kind of guy who they're hoping continues to blossom and maybe has like a Deni Avdija type of leap where he could become a surprising all-star level wing. He's in his second season. He took a nice leap this year. He's going to need to take another nice leap next year if he really wants to show out and become the level of player that I think people think he can. But it's going to take a lot of work from his side, obviously. Nothing all that standout and impressive from him this year. Just kind of improved in every aspect of his game, but still a lot of room for improvement. Ball handling, finishing, strength, shooting needs to improve. All of the things. Defense needs to improve. But he's much better than his rookie year in his second year, and that's all you could really ask for. Karen, what's up, Karen? Ayo Dosunmu, I don't know why he's here. He got traded to Minnesota. Ayo Dosunmu is also gone. We got Colin Sexton here for the Chicago Bulls. We should all know Colin Sexton his nickname is the Young Bull, so I guess it's very fitting that his career has landed him here with the Chicago Bulls. Niall Dimitri with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Niall. Said, hello, Sheffy, let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Niall. Appreciate you, man. As always, thank you for your generosity. Judge Dad said, where's the Yabu profile picture? I'm pretty sure it's in here. We'll get to him. There's a reason why he's so far down on the totem pole here. Colin Sexton was having a really nice, solid year for the Charlotte Hornets, but they upgraded with Kobe White. So, Chicago was in sell mode. They sold a bunch of their good players. They are finally picked a path, which is the correct path of you got to tank, man. If you want to improve this team past the like 35 to 40 win mark that they were consistently hitting every year, you have to sell off your pieces. You have to tank for a year or two, get a lottery pick, and start building around that player because they were going nowhere fast. Right? Isaac Okoro managed to stay on this team through the trade deadline. He's a solid 3-and-D wing. Never mind. He's not a solid 3-and-D wing. He does not knock down threes with consistency. He's a pretty decent defender, but not a lockdown defender. He would be nice 9th or 10th man on a decent team. On a bad Bulls team, I'm not really sure what his role even really is. But Jason said, Yabu getting the start tonight. Can't let him go off on us again. He never went off on us the first time. But after that first game that that stat line was sent around a lot of Knicks people on the internet, he has not had a repeat performance of that since. So just, put that out there. Dudge B, what's up, Dudge B? I can actually watch this evening. Let's go in the chat. Hit the like button. Snow here in Virginia. Good luck out there, Dudge B. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you have a good time tonight with us. Happy to see you back. Sean said, sad the Knicks couldn't find a way to use Yabusele. They tried. They tried a bunch of different things with Yabusele, and it could just never work out. I really liked Yabusele with Philly, and was kind of disappointed it didn't work out with the Knicks. Trey Jones is another one of those guys who is going to have his minutes restricted tonight. It's him, it's Josh Giddey, and it's Jalen Smith. So, like I said, they are in full tank mode, so they are going to have their minutes restricted for injury management reasons, but they're really just tanking their way to the end of the season. The tank is in full effect for so many teams, and we are getting to the end of February here. David said, out plowing, watch my man Chef. Appreciate you, David. Stay safe out there, brother. Patrick Williams, there's a reason why I decided to stick with his blurry picture of Pat Williams, because this is kind of just been a full description of his entire career, man. He has just, if you squint, he kind of looks like a basketball player. But for majority of the time, he's just like this blurry picture of a, if you squint hard enough, he kind of looks like rookie on the Spurs, rookie Kawhi Leonard. But has never really put the pieces together. It's actually a really sad sight to see. Seemingly kind of peaked during his rookie year, maybe his second year, but either way, it just kind of seems like the time is very close to striking midnight for Patrick Williams in his NBA career. I'm not even sure he's going to get another opportunity. Another opportunity here with another NBA team. I don't know. What team is willing to give Patrick Williams an opportunity? The Kings? Joe said, sorry for the cuss. I was just making a joke. You can cuss all you want in the chat. I'm just not going to. Not going to censor what you want to say. Zach Collins is a solid big, but he's not playing today. He's out. Got surgery on a sprained right toe. But he's out for the rest of the season. That has been the story of his career. And there he is. There he is, the star of the show, the shining light. We used to talk about him all the time. Look at the beautiful graphic we have created from Guerschon Yabusele. I even used his official Welcome to New York graphic that the New York Knicks officially made for him. Oh, man. Guerschon Yabusele. He's going to get the start today for the Chicago Bulls. He did not work out for the Knicks. They have since moved on and improved. And, that's where we are. That's where we are with Yabu. I wish him the best in Chicago, but he had a really great debut game with Chicago. So he was traded and then immediately flew to Chicago, and that afternoon cleared physicals and everything and just jumped right into the lineup, and he had a double-double. I think he had like 15 and 11 or something like that. He has yet to have a repeat performance like that. So I just kind of want to throw that out there for anybody who thinks, oh, he's in Chicago and he's thriving. I recently saw he had a game where he played like 7 minutes only. But Guerschon Yabusele is back in the building. He played 41 games with the Knicks. He averaged 2.7 points and 2.1 rebounds in 9 minutes. Shout out Yabusele. Good dude. Handled it like a pro, handled it like a professional. Clearly was frustrated in his role and his opportunities, but it was not working out. So now he's in Chicago. Hopefully he can continue to try and build off of this and get another NBA contract. But, man. Just that said, I'm still not sure he speaks English. He speaks very fluent English, brother. Sean said Brunson is just 6 foot Luka. If he just shares the ball, the Knicks could be great. I don't know, brother. We got to be watching two different Jalen Brunsons. George said Yabu who? Guerschon Yabusele. Although a lot of people have been pronouncing it Yabusele, but I always thought it was Yabusele. E. Gibson, let's go Knicks. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off. We kind of ran through it there. Noah Senge is the rookie. We have not been able to talk about him all year because he has not been able to play all year. As you can see, none of his stats are available because he is a rookie. He was their big lottery pick this offseason, 6'8" wing, who got hurt and has been out all season, unfortunately for him. So that is going to wrap up our coverage of the Chicago Bulls, and then we get back to Josh Giddey. So we have, oh my goodness, I put it in twice by accident here. Either way, let's get out of here. There we go. We can go around the league as well. We do have a bunch of games going on, a couple of games that have already wrapped up, although we did cover most of them here tonight. Covered half of them so far here tonight. The Thunder did beat the Cavs in a game we covered earlier today. The Hawks ended up beating the Nets, to be expected on that outcome. The Raptors eventually blew it open against the Milwaukee Bucks, to be expected on that one. The Warriors shockingly beat a mostly healthy Denver Nuggets, still without Aaron Gordon. But outside of that, they were healthy. They managed to beat a mostly healthy Denver Nuggets team where the Warriors were missing 4 rotation players. No Steph Curry. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's out for the season with the ACL tear. No Porzingis and no Draymond Green, and yet the Warriors found a way to pull off this victory against the Nuggets. A bad loss for the Nuggets, who fall to they're tied in the loss column with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Mavericks then end up beating the Pacers, unfortunately. As a Knicks fan, I want the Pacers to win these games so that they don't end up with a high lottery seed here. Fiscal Watchdog with the subscription. Appreciate you, Fiscal Watchdog. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Rue Simpson said, big up all the hashtag diehard Knicks fans. Shout out to you, Rue Simpson. Appreciate you. Judge, that said Spurs Pistons tomorrow. Oh, snap. So we got our game scheduled for tomorrow already. We can look at it real quick because we still got a couple of minutes before tip-off. But I did want to point out this game that's going on right now between the 76ers and the Timberwolves. 76ers up by 10 on Minnesota. Minnesota kind of been slipping as of late. They had a couple of easy games in a row, and now going up against the 76ers, who are a halfway decent team, struggling against them a little bit here, down by 10, approaching the halfway mark, approaching their halftime. Also, the Gotham Sports app that I have up here, which is what I'm using to stream the Knicks game, keeps on freezing on me. So hopefully that does not happen during the actual basketball game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. And you got the Celtics taking on the Lakers. Celtics up by 11 early. Not early. They are halfway through the third quarter, so definitely not early. Hornets blowing it open against the Wizards. To be expected outcome there. And tomorrow is Monday, and we got a Spurs versus Pistons game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Would love to watch the Pistons take on the San Antonio Spurs. A tough opponent. It is in Detroit. It is indeed in Detroit. Sean said, give us the stat line of Brunson assists last 10 games. Games you've been watching, 6.1 assists. If all you watch is the box score, Sean, then we can't really have a conversation because we talking about what we watching in the game, brother. But if all you care about is assists, and that's how you evaluate whether or not a guy is a good passer or not, I don't know what to tell you. Because that's not the evaluation you should be using. That's like seeing a guy average 2 blocks per game and being like, that guy's a great defender. Like, just because you get block shots does not make you a good defender. And that's going to be the only game we're going to cover tomorrow, because then we got Kings Grizzlies, and then we got Jazz Rockets. Raf Torres, what's up, Raf? Tuesday, the Knicks end up playing who? What's the next on the Knicks schedule? Tuesday, they got the Cavs. All right, so that is all. Yes, we did know that. That is part of the reason is why we covered so many Cavs games as of late. Mark Austin, what's up, Mark? What about the hockey assist? Exactly. What about the Kobe assist? The hockey assist, the Kobe assist. The ball has been whizzing around the perimeter for the New York Knicks, led by who? The leader of the team, right? You can't be... Let's look it up. Let's look up this. Hold on. What I do want to look up too as well, we can look up all of this. We can look up the team stats, because team stats are incredibly important in deciding whether or not how good a team is, right? Let's look up the Knicks defensive rating, because this is obviously something over the past couple of years, since acquiring Karl-Anthony Towns really, and losing Isaiah Hartenstein, that we have really been trying to keep track of, because since they have pivoted over to being an offensive first team, losing Hartenstein, the expectation is that in order to remain a good team, you have to be top 10 defense. And guess what? New York has crawled their way into the top 10 of defensive rating. They are now 9. They're up to 9. This is the first time I'm looking at it in about 2 weeks. They're up to 9 now. They're behind the Celtics, Raptors, Rockets, Timberwolves, Heat, Spurs, Pistons, and Thunder. Obviously, Thunder, Pistons, Spurs, we know, are fantastic. Miami's a little surprising as they're so high. I know they've been up there all season, but it's still a little surprising that they can be so high. Starting lineup for the Knicks, usual starting lineup for the Knicks. Giddey, Buzelis, Okoro, Jalen Smith, and Yershon Yabusele are the starters for the Bulls. As we're getting ready for the tip-off here. As far as offensive rating go, the Knicks are 2. So the Knicks are 2 offensively in the league and 9 defensively in the league. The net rating, they are 5th, which is nice to see. Assist to turnover ratio, the Knicks are 6th. Assist percentage, Knicks do not rank top 10. Assist ratio, the Knicks do not rank top 10. Effective field goal percentage, Knicks are 8th. They generate good high shots. Alex said true, JB is insane. Clutch is insane, better than Durant. A lot of people better than Durant. But Cummings is a problem. There are a lot of problems we have with Cat. I'm not sure what word you were trying to use there, brother, but Karl Anthony Towns, he's been very good as of late. Obviously, we'd like to see his scoring go up a little bit more. He had a phenomenal game against Houston. Hopefully, he keeps it going here tonight. No, Mitchell Robinson's out. They have him listed here as out. I did not see any of the beat reporters report it. So, Mitchell Robinson's out. Mitchell Robinson's out. Let me double check. Did I just miss it? Let me see here. I don't think Ian Begley will play. Steph Bond usually does it. All right, I don't know where he is. Stephen Bondy. All right, he's not coming up. That's not his name. But it said right there Mitch Robinson's not playing, so unfortunately, now I have to assume Mitch is not available. Okay. Okay. B. Will said Mitch out, ankle management, no back-to-back. Yes, that was the expectation. And then I looked it up, and I didn't see anything. Normally, they tell us, like, yes, Mitchell Robinson's not playing today. But I didn't see it anywhere, unfortunately. So now I guess he is out. Riaz Guerra. What's up, Riaz? What's up, Riaz? We're likely going to see Huck, Clarkson, and Kolek today. I don't think we see Clarkson and Kolek. Unless it's a blowout. Unless that's what you mean, because then sure. But as part of a regular rotation, I don't think so. Chicago wins the tip, and we're off and running. Here we go. These are starters. Boom, boom, and boom. Let's do it. Jalen Smith has it up top, gets it over to Buzelis. Swings it out to Yabusele, extra pass to Okoro. Okoro driving it down, kicks it out to Buzelis again, catches, pump fakes, driving it along the baseline, and throws it out of bounds. Ball back to the Knicks. Good defensive start for the Knicks. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this party going. Bridges has it up top to get over to Towns. Towns high post, right wing, being guarded by Jalen Smith. Gets it to Anunoby in the post, being guarded by Okoro. Has it at the foul line. Settles for the mid-range jumper. Got it to go for OG Anunoby. Always a good sign to see OG get it going early. Buzelis up top, coming to his left, off the Jalen Smith screen, inside to Giddey for the layup. Offensive foul on Josh Giddey, running right into Jalen Brunson. You love to see it. Love to see it. Also, what is this that's on the screen right now? What are we doing? Why is there this ad on my screen right? There we go. Jeez. Towns has it up top, gets to Anunoby, cutting in the paint, kicks it out to Josh Hart, extra pass to Bridges. Bridges a right corner three, can't get it to go. Here comes Josh Giddey bringing it down the other way. Giddey up top, attacking to his left. Kicks it over to Yabusele, a left wing three for Yabu. Can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound, home run pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets the easy layup going the other way. See, unlike the Houston matchup, I think Josh Hart has an incredible matchup tonight against the Chicago Bulls. We should be seeing a very good game against the Chicago Bulls today from Josh Hart. Should be a very impactful player for us. Giddey launches a right wing three, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound, we're pushing the other way. Josh Hart has it up top, gets it to Anunoby being guarded by Giddey. He's going very quickly, goes under the rim, kicks it out, Bridges another wide open corner three, and that's two in a row. He misses wide open from the corner. Okoro gets a running start on the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way, leaves it off for Giddey. Giddey on the left wing being guarded by Bridges, coming to his right after Yabu screen. Kicks it in the corner to a wide open Jalen Smith for a three, and he knocks it down. See, Mikal Bridges, that's how it's done. That's how you knock down an open corner three. Brunson has it up top. Gets it over to Bridges, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off the Towns screen. Over the top pass to Towns. Towns, pass fake, inside pass to Josh Hart. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Catches, hesitates, jab step, pulls it back out. Now he's going to look to isolate. He's going to step back for a left corner three. OG comes up short. All right, can we knock down some of these jump shots here? Here comes Josh Giddey bringing it down the other way behind the back, coming to his left. Pocket pass to Jalen Smith. Down the lane, goes up. Can't get the layup to go. A lot of contact, no foul call. I think the Knicks got away with that one. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges down the lane, and Bridges throws it right into Jalen Smith's hands. Here comes Buzelis pushing it the other way. Josh Hart knocks the ball loose. Buzelis picks it back up. Leaves it off for Jalen Smith as the trailer for a three. Can't get that one to go. Yabusele, the offensive rebound. In the paint, pulls it back out, kicks it out to Giddey. Giddey has it on the right wing. Coming to his right off the screen. Cross-court pass to Okoro, extra pass to Buzelis. Buzelis, a left wing three. Can't get that one to go. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound, outlet to Brunson. Brunson's bringing it down the other way. Pretty slow-paced start. Not a very efficient offense from either side. Brunson kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart takes the lane, gets into the paint, puts up the jumper, gets a nice soft touch off the front of the rim, and he gets it to drop down. We'll take it. We'll take it. Here comes Josh Giddey, who has it up top. It's being guarded by Anunoby. Over to Buzelis. Over to Smith. Jalen Smith hands it off, tries to hand it off to Giddey. Anunoby jumped the passing lane, but he can't keep it alive. He's in the backcourt, and now it's a 5-on-4. Kick it in the corner to Yabu. Extra pass to Okoro. He's not a very good three-point shooter. Can't get it to go down. Anunoby with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson up top. Walks into a pull-up three as nobody steps up to guard him. He can't get it to go down either. And some pretty inept offense from both sides. To be fair, both teams played last night, so it's the second night of a back-to-back for both sides. But Jalen Smith will fire up a three. He can't get that one to go either. A long rebound. Anunoby dives for it. He can't save it. Okoro picks it up. Out to Giddey. Giddey up top. Pump fakes. Bullet pass inside to Okoro. Kicks it back out to Buzelis. Buzelis a right wing three. He comes up short. Towns with a strong rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson pushing the other way. Brunson head down to the rim. Gets under the basket. Kicks it out. Bridges a left wing three. Got left corner three, and he got one to go. All right, we got a three to go. That's a good sign. 9-3 now. The Knicks are 1 for 5 from three, and the Bulls are 1 for 8. Get ready for some putrid shooting for both sides with how tired I'm sure the legs are for both sides. Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down the other way after turnover from Giddey. Josh Hart shovels it over to Towns as the trailer. Bullet pass over to Bridges, steps behind the three-point line for a three. He misses that one. He's now 1 for 4 from three-point range. I like that he's firing it away, but brother, knock one of them down, please. Buzelis has it up top and a timeout for the Chicago Bulls. I was about to say, we might need a timeout here because we are 5 minutes into the game and it is 9-3. Not a very good start for either side. But again, second night of a back-to-back, I expect some poor shooting, which is why you should probably maybe not just settle for a bunch of threes tonight. And also, I hope Mike Brown relies on his bench a little bit more here tonight. E. Gibson said, we gunning. They are launching it up a little too recklessly for my liking. Mostly Mikal Bridges, who's 1 for 4 from three. All of his shots coming from three-point range. 1 for 4 so far to start. Nick Yak said, Cat will have between 15 and 20 rebounds. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rebounds available. It's going to be a high rebounding night. Towns with 2, Hart with 2 already, Bridges with 1, Anunoby with 1, Yabusele with 3. Okoro with 2. So rebounds will be aplenty for both sides because there will be a lot of misses today. Will not be a high-scoring game, I'll tell you that. Egan said both teams on a back-to-back. Yes, which is why you're seeing both teams struggle to knock down perimeter shots. Both teams generating decent open looks and neither team cashing out so far. The Bulls are 1 for 8 from 3 or 1 for 9 from 3 after that last Jalen Smith 3, and the Knicks are 1 for 5. Jefferson, what's up, Jefferson? Egum said, I thought Cat could get 30 plus. I mean, maybe he could have an explosive quarter. He has yet to take a shot. Brunson's 0 for 1, Bridges 1 for 4, Josh Hart 2 for 2, Anunoby 1 for 2, Towns has yet to take a shot. 0 for 0. Macho, what's up, Macho? How many rebounds does Hart have? Hart has 2 rebounds. Let's leave this here like that, and let's go over here. Let's get that out of there. We don't need that anymore. Let's go to the box score and just take a look. Too early to really run down the box score here, but would like to see extended minutes for guys like Mo Diawara and Jeremy Sohan here tonight. Hopefully they can come through and give us some nice contributions. Relic, what's up, Relic? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Mikal Bridges is a role player. Hart should be coming off the bench. Diawara and Jeremy should replace both. All right, I don't know what you've seen from Jeremy Sohan so far that makes you think he should be a part of the rotation right now. Jefferson, I get giving him a chance, but let's relax on Jeremy Sohan. There's a reason why the Spurs were just like, all right, bye, brother, see ya. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Brian Santana, what's up, Brian? I took the Knicks minus 10.5. What's your personal opinion? That's decent, I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about betting, brother. Isaiah Garner, what's up, Isaiah? Like, Boston needs to go on a losing streak preying on their downfall. Yeah, there's a couple of teams on preying on their downfall. Raymond said, need some Shamit. They do need some bench. They do need some bench in the game right now. They get it into Giddey. Giddey has it up top, coming to his left off the screen. They kick it up top to Gershon Yabusele, a straightaway three. Yabusele out of the timeout, knocks down that straightaway three. The Yabusele revenge game is on its way. Knocks down his first shot of the game. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? They get it over to Bridges. Down low to Towns in the post. Backing down Jalen Smith, backing him down. And a foul on the floor. And my guy, Pooh. Appreciate you, Pooh. Thank you for the subscription, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? Blizzard basketball in New York City. Absolutely, Miss Hart. Absolutely. Chris Barber, what's up, Chris? Will we find in the playoffs? I hope so. I have high hopes for this team. High hopes, high expectations. Jalen Smith subs out. He was the one who fouled. Nick Richards comes into the game. Towns tried to throw down a post over Nick Richards. Doesn't get the foul either. Can't get the dunk to go down. Quick hit ahead to Okoro. Kicks it out to Giddey. Cross-court pass to Buzelis. Good hustle from Towns to force him off the line. Inside pass to Nick Richards. Catches. Good rotation from Towns. Richards gets the ball knocked out of his hands and then throws it away right into Anunoby's hands. Good defense from Towns and Anunoby there. Bridges shoves it over to Brunson. Brunson crosses over. Pulls it out. Being guarded by Okoro. Brunson coming to his right. Did I start the timer? I did not. Brunson dancing with it up top, 6:20 to go, which we are approaching the halfway point of this quarter. Tries to get it down low to Towns and throws it away. Towns did not have proper positioning there. Bruce Simpson said, don't bet on your team, kills the passion. I mean, I advocate for not betting at all, but that's just me. Isaiah Garner said, Knicks... third in, they have the third seed. One more win and will be ahead of the Cavs by one game. Yes. So they should absolutely pick up the victory today with the Cavs losing against the Thunder earlier. Okoro, pocket pass to Richards, kicks it out to Buzelis. Knicks doing a good job not allowing Buzelis to take a shot here. Buzelis pump fakes under the rim, gets blocked by Bridges. Great defense. Loose ball finds its way into Nick Richards. Nick Richards can't get the layup to go down. A foul is called, though. He's going to go to the foul line for two. Towns got hit in the jaw, it looks like. And Nick Richards will find his way to the foul line for two. Sean said, do you think Larson's going to find himself out of the league? I mean, he's 33 years old. He'll be 34 next year. It's time. Yeah, he's been a role player his whole career. He's lost a step athletically in terms of his quickness and his speed. I would not be surprised. He's a nice, decent vet to have around. If that might be a role he finds himself in as his career goes on. But I think his time of being a role player on teams seems to be gone at this point. Not if you're trying to win basketball games. Nick Richards knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Richards knocks down both free throws. Under 6 to go. Brunson bringing it down. The Knicks have yet to make a substitution here. All right, Mike Brown, what are we waiting on? This is the second night of a back-to-back. Let's get him out here. Towns spots up for a three. Oh, I love Karl-Anthony Towns knocking down threes. It is one of my favorite sights to see when the Knicks can get Karl-Anthony Towns going. Trey Jones is in the game, kicks out to Yabusele. Yabusele another three. Yabusele answers with another three of his own. The Knicks and the Bulls trading threes there. Yabusele's got revenge on his mind tonight against the Knicks. Jalen Brunson has it up top to get it over to Josh Hart, putting his head down, attacking, tries to kick it out, gets the ball knocked out of the air. Hart picks it back up, out to Towns. Give me another one. Karl-Anthony Towns, baby, give me another one. Line me up, Towns. Line me up tonight. Needs to be a big doesn't need to be, but I would like to see a nice big Karl-Anthony Towns tonight again. The Bulls swinging it around, end up with a wide open three for Pat Williams, and he splashes a three. All right, now suddenly everybody can knock down threes. Both sides lacing it from the perimeter right now. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson coming to his left, gets it over to Bridges, over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart coming to his left, over to Towns up top. Towns catches, pump fakes, driving to his right. down the lane, goes up with the layup off glass, got it to go for Towns. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it, but he did get the layup. And now here comes Tre Jones bringing it down the other way. Tre Jones over to Okoro in the corner, back up top to Jones. Jones being guarded by Brunson, swings through to his right, down the lane, in the paint, kicks it in the corner to Williams. Williams takes it, coming to his right, bullet pass inside to Nick Richards. He can't catch it, has to go out to the three-point line, gets it back to Nick Richards, over to Okoro. Okoro being guarded by Hart, crosses over to his right, down the lane, layup, got it to go, and the foul against Josh Hart there. Nice strong drive for Isaac Okoro, not very good defense from Josh Hart. Getting 3 points the old-fashioned way for Okoro. Aries, what's up, Aries? Yabusele revenge game, 50-point. He's definitely going to go for it. He's definitely going to go for it, I think. Isaac Garner said, we'll always be grateful for being a Knicks fan. People will be complaining about the team too much. I do think there's a little too much complaining going around the Knicks, but I get the frustration with the team for sure. I get it. I get it. I get it. Hawk Porty is in the game for Karl-Anthony Towns. Okoro at the foul line for his and one free throw, knocks it down and ties us up at 17. Landry Shamet is in the game. He's going to be bringing it down now. He's being guarded by Rob Dillingham, who's in. Shamet up top. Tre Jones switches onto him. And a foul by Isaac Okoro holding on to Brunson. Off-ball foul. So the Bulls bring in Rob Dillingham. They have Tre Jones, Nick Richards, Pat Williams, and Isaac Okoro alongside of him. The Knicks with their, not really, Anunoby, Hart, Brunson are the starters, along with Hawk Porty and Shamet coming in for Bridges and Towns. Josh Hart driving it down, fall away, foul line jumper, can't get it to go off the back of the rim. Battle for the rebound, Nick Richards pulls it out, hands it off to Tre Jones. Tre Jones bringing it down, coming over to his right, kicks it out in the corner. A three for Okoro, just knocked down an and one shot. Can't get it to go, but Nick Richards right there for the offensive rebound and put back slam as the Bulls take a 2-point lead. Forgot to restart our timer. We are under 4 minutes to go now. Josh Hart bringing it down. Hart has it up top. Being guarded by Tre Jones. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson hesitates from three. Now he's got Tre Jones on him. Backing him down. Backing him down. They show two. One-legged fall-away jumper for Brunson. Can't get that one to go down. Rolls off the side of the rim. Here comes Rob Dillingham pushing the pace the other way. Dillingham up top, coming to his left. Gets it out to Richards. Richards hands it off to Okoro. Okoro coming to his left. Pocket pass to Richards. Richards against Hawk Porty. Bullies his way into the paint. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go, but a foul. Nick Richards will send him to the foul line for two. Foul on Hawk Porty. Hawk Porty, I'm not going to lie, been a little disappointed with his play this season. A little disappointed with Hawk Porty this season. Thought he'd take a little bit of a step up here. Just hasn't been very consistent at all. More bad than good so far this year. Egan said we're going hard with the starters. It isn't working that good. I mean, right now Mike Brown's just running his regular rotations. Not that big of a fan of them right now. Going to get some more substitutions in. Alvarado and Sohan coming in. No Mo Diawara. Bringing in Sohan instead. Okay, see how that works out. Maybe Sohan's a better rebounder than Diawara. Maybe just trying to get some more rebounding out there. Hawk Porty struggling a little bit on the glass. Nick Richards knocks down both free throws. I'm sorry, he split the free throws. Missed the first one, does knock down the second one. It's 17-20. And 3 minutes to go here. Alvarado has it up top, being guarded by Dillingham. Alvarado gets it over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off the Hawk Porty screen. Driving it down in the paint. Pump fake. Spins. Pump fakes again. Gets Dillingham in the air. Draws the foul. 20-17. We're getting a timeout here. A little bit of a lull in the action. Slower paced game right now. Sons Jen said, I got both games on. I'm officially doomed. Isaiah Garner said, you got the notification about the blizzard. No travel at 9 p.m. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, brother. We're going to finish this game. This is my third game of the day. So I'm going to finish this game, and then I'm going to go right to bed. Actually, I'm going to take a shower and then go right to bed. So I'm not going anywhere. Mark said both teams snow walking. Yeah, a little bit of a of a struggle right now. Not high-level offensive play right now from either side. Susan said the travel alert was just for New York City residents. True. Ron, what's up, Ron? Who is out on each team? You can see right here, the Knicks are out there with OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Brunson, Huckporty, and Shamet, while the Bulls are out there with Okoro, Pat Williams, Nick Richards, Trey Jones, and Rob Dillingham. Sean said Tibbs is better than Mike. I've seen people share that same sentiment. I more so think that both of those guys are on the same level, and they're there in different ways. Tom Thibodeau's flaws, the thing with Tom Thibodeau is his flaws are so visible. They're so obvious. But Tom Thibodeau's a very good coach. Mike Brown is a very good coach. They're very good coaches in very different ways. And I think if you are not an excellent coach, a top-tier coach, which I don't think either guy is, I think they're both just really good, then I think you really need a roster that kind of fits your personality as well. And I don't think Tom Thibodeau and this roster fit each other. And I'm kind of feeling like Mike Brown and this roster don't really fit each other either. At least not the personalities of Mike Brown and this roster. Ari, what's up, Ari? It is so hard to watch Brunson play basketball as a facilitator. I don't know what is going on recently with Knicks fans fascinated with Jalen Brunson needing more assists. He's got 3 assists today, and nobody's making a shot. But we got to be watching basketball differently, because I really don't know what the issue is that people have with JB. But that's just me. Egan said, I like Tibbs, but Brown is better for this roster. I think Brown is better for this roster, but I still don't think it's a great match. Still don't think it's a perfect match. Thibodeau is not a very good fit for this roster. This is a roster that needs to lean into its offensive identity first. And Mike Brown has definitely allowed them to do that a little bit more often, but they could still lean into it a lot more. AB said the honeymoon is over? Sure. Yeah, sure. I guess if you want a perfect basketball player, but if that's the case, you can go be a Denver Nuggets fan or an Oklahoma City fan. There are things to criticize Jalen Brunson for, and asking him to fundamentally be a completely different player is just not something that I think is a worthy enough criticism to really be up in arms about. Ari said, what did Tibbs do that y'all miss? He was a very flawed coach. He is a very flawed coach. So is Mike Brown. So is most coaches in the league. It's about finding the right coach that fits your roster and having that coach push the right buttons. But the thing that I think people really miss about Tom Thibodeau is that he wanted to win every single basketball game. And I think even though most fans will say, Brunson knocked down both free throws, by the way. Even though most fans will be like, oh, yeah, it's only about the playoffs. I think most fans get very upset on a night-to-night basis, on a game-to-game basis, whether the Knicks win or lose. So I think people really appreciate it and really miss Tom Thibodeau's emphatic emphasis, yeah. Sure, good job, me. But really miss his emphasis on winning every single basketball game. Brunson has it on the left wing. Good rebound from Sohan if the Knicks forced a miss. Good defense. Brunson up top being guarded by Pat Williams. Going to run the pick and roll with Huckporty. Huckporty slips the screen. They swing it out to Shamet. Shamet swinging, driving to his right. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Trey Jones. Bad offense from Shamet. Good defense from Jones. And Jones drives all the way to the other side and knocks down the layup. Brunson will bring it down the other way. Brunson coming to his right up the Sohan screen. Brunson driving it down, leans in, step back, baseline jumper. Got it to go for JB. Rob Dillingham pushing it the other way. Comes off a good Nick Richards screen. Has it in the paint. Kicks it out to Trey Jones. Pump fakes. Driving it down. Kicks it out to Dillingham. Will settle for the 3 over Shamet. And got it to go for Rob Dillingham. A confident shot there. Didn't hesitate even though Shamet was closing out. Here comes Alvarado pushing the other way. Alvarado has it on the right wing. Shovels it out to Sohan. Sohan hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left up the Sohan screen. Inside pass to Sohan. Catches. Has it in the post. Kicks it out to Alvarado. Driving to his right. In the paint. Got space. Floater. Got it to go for Jose Alvarado. 2-point game here. 25-23 with Chicago leading. Trey Jones bringing it down, crosses over on Shamet, going under the rim, leaves it off for Nick Richards, up against Huck Porty. Good defense from Huck Porty to go straight up vertical and not give Nick Richards the foul there. Forced a bad miss. Alvarado with the rebound, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson walking it down against Buzelis, gets to the mid-range, pull-up jumper, comes up short, can't get the rolls, it falls off the front of the rim. Huck Porty does a great job hustling for the loose ball. Alvarado has it, tries to throw the cross-court pass, loose ball, but Sohan chases it down and gets the layup to go. There you go, Jeremy Sohan. Tied at 25 now with 48 seconds to go. I never restarted the timer, my apologies. Tied at 25. Good hustle between Sohan and Huck Porty. It's exactly what you need from your bench guys. Need to lean into your bench guys more on the second night of a back-to-back. Trey Jones coming to his right, down the lane, throws the lob up top to Nick Richards, gets knocked out of his hands by Huck Porty. Good defense. It's a 3-on-1 fast break. Sohan throws a dangerous pass, but it finds its way out to Alvarado. Now over to Brunson. Shaman has the trailer for a three. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go to Chicago. E. Gibson said Tibbs' options and roster were shorthanded. He did had rosters in Minnesota and Chicago too. He had Landry Shamet on the team last year, the same Landry Shamet that's been huge for the Knicks this season. He had that same Landry Shamet on his team last year and just refused to play him until he got into an elimination game in the playoffs against the Pacers. So I don't really, he didn't experiment with anybody on the bench last year. Don't want to really hear about not really having options for Tom Thibodeau last year because he didn't look to use any of the options. Good pass, good ball movement from the Bulls there. Pat Williams takes the baseline and shoves it over to Nick Richards, who gets the layup and the foul over Jeremy Sohan there. So he's at the foul line for one more. Tay Cowboy said Jalen to Shamet missed three. Yeah, but he didn't get an assist, Tay Cowboy, so clearly he's a bad passer. Clearly he's not moving the ball around enough. Because the box score tells me that he didn't pick up an assist on that play. So he didn't pass it. He didn't pass it well enough. That's what it must mean. Ari said, so Mo getting more minutes? Bad move, Brown. So Mo getting no more minutes. Yeah. I don't know, Ari. I don't know. Where's my Mo Diawara? Definitely feels like a night where Mo Diawara would be very much a key piece to this game. Still not in the game. Anunoby comes in for Sohan. Anunoby with the rebound off the missed free throw from Nick Richards. Alvarado half-court heave, can't get it to go at the end of the quarter, and that will be the end of our first quarter, 27-25 here. No Mo Diawara feels very weird, for sure. Raymond said Tibbs insisted on defense more. He definitely had that reputation, but I don't think that was the case with the team last year. They have been a much better defensive team this season with almost the same roster. And, yeah, I mean, they've been kind of a very similar defensive team, both last year and this year, under Brown and Thibodeau. I think they've been better defensively this year, but I do think they have better defensive bench players. But Kevin Anderson, what's up, Kev? I would love to see Jalen Brunson up his assists. Why? Why do you want him to be a fundamentally different player? This is the same basketball player that has led the Knicks to the conference finals. If you want a different player than Jalen Brunson, just say that. Stop asking him to be somebody he's not. He has not been that level of player his entire life playing basketball. He was this same player in middle school, in high school, in college, in Dallas, and now with the Knicks. You got to stop watching basketball. Like, if you want to watch Halliburton, go be a Pacers fan. Go watch Halliburton. Jalen Brunson moves the ball around a perfectly fine amount. He is the number one, he is the best scorer on this team. He is one of the better scorers in the NBA. I want the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands. I want him taking 15 to 18 shots a night. These were not criticisms I was hearing of Jalen Brunson last year. The reason why Jalen Brunson's assist numbers are down by one, by the way, only one. He averaged 7 assists last year. He's averaging 6 assists this year. The reason why they're down is because the Knicks are doing a much better job of moving the ball around as a team and also playing out of the hub with Karl-Anthony Towns at the high post. If we want to get Jalen Brunson's assist numbers up, we'll just go back to playing the way we did last year and have him dribble the ball 9,000 times a game. Ari said, I don't like Brunson because he doesn't pass Cat the ball enough. He passes Cat the ball a perfectly fine amount of times. Karl-Anthony Towns needs to do a better job as well. Jalen Brunson could get him the ball more? Absolutely. Karl-Anthony Towns also needs to do a much better job of making himself available and demanding the dang ball. He's the second best player on this team. He is not. It's not just a Brunson needs to pass him the ball more. Karl-Anthony Towns needs to put his hand up and say, give me the dang ball. He needs to do that as well. Alvarado has it up top. Start of the second quarter. Pocket pass to Towns, rolling down the middle of the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Yabusele rips it away. And now here comes Trey Jones pushing it the other way. Jones down the lane, got the reverse layup to go. And now a quick hit ahead pass to Sohan, hands it off to Alvarado. Alvarado over to Towns. Towns rolling down the middle of the lane, across the court, can't knock down the floating shot. Quick outlet to Dillingham, hit ahead to Jalen Smith, down the lane, can't get the layup to go. Great defense from Bridges in transition there. Shaman picks up the rebound, pushing it the other way, shovels it to Sohan. Sohan can't get the layup to go, but Towns right there for the tip up and in. Knicks really struggling to make very basic shots right now. Towns a couple of wild drives to the rim. Sohan missed that one there, but good hustle from Towns to finally get them on the board in the second quarter here. Dillingham dancing with it, being guarded by Shamit. Gets it inside to Jalen Smith, rolling to the rim, and he gets the easy layup. Not good defense between Shamit and Sohan there in that possession. Here comes Jose Alvarado bringing it down. Alvarado trying to direct some traffic, coming to his right off the Town screen, pulls it out, kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges going along the baseline, and they say Bridges was on the sideline when he caught it, trying to attack the basket. 31-27 right now. Sean said, you just explained why they will never win? Because Towns doesn't demand the ball enough and Brunson doesn't get him the ball enough? That is, sure, a fundamental issue with the team that has been around since last year, sure. But they have had instances where they've been able to get over that and figure that issue out. If they can consistently find a way to do that come playoff time, they will find themselves in the NBA Finals. But that is a big if, obviously. Team has flaws. So does every team in the league, including the Oklahoma City Thunder. They get it over to Yabusele, who knocks down a straightaway three. His third made three of the game. Yabusele revenge game is for sure on tap here tonight. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top, leaves it back off the Bridges. Bridges dancing around the Town screen, coming to his right. Kicks it over to Shamit. Wide open right corner three for Shamit. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound. Towns in the paint. Sohan goes down holding his left ankle. Looks like maybe he might have rolled it. They kick it back over to Shamit. Shamit finally knocks one down. Sohan gets up and starts limping down the other side of the court. He seems okay. Not really limping too much now. But you don't love to see that player go down like that. But he's back up. He seems fine. Pat Williams has it on the left wing, attacking. Middle of the lane, foul line jumper. Got it to go for Pat Williams. 36-30. A really low-energy game, I'm not going to lie. Coming off of the Rockets game and now playing the Bulls feels like two different NBAs. Alvarado throws up a floater, can't get it to go. Pat Williams with the rebound, pushing the other way. Pat Williams bullet pass over to Jalen Smith, who beat the Knicks down the court for a two-handed slam. The Knicks just not hustling down the court quick enough. Quick enough. And now they trail by 8. 9:30 to go here in the second. Amy said, I don't understand Sohan and how he fits in yet. Trying to find something nice to say about Sohan so far. He plays hard. He plays hard. The issue, Amy, is that he doesn't really fit on the team. He has almost no offensive game to him outside of just playing hard. But we already have one of those guys. His name is Josh Hart, who's not a very good offensive player outside of just playing hard and hustling. He has no perimeter game whatsoever. Doesn't have a soft touch in the paint. He's a decent finisher when he can get the ball in the paint, but that is very few and far between. There is a reason why he fell out of favor in San Antonio, fell out of the rotation, and then ultimately they just decided, we'll just waive you. We couldn't even find the trade partner for you during the deadline. He's a good defender, but not a great defender. And because of his lack of perimeter skills, you can't really have him out there with either Josh Hart or Mitchell Robinson. He needs to be out there with 4 other shooters. And that just limits the versatility of Jeremy Sohan. I would prefer Mo Diawara, who could actually and has proven to be able to shoot and knock down a three, and has proven some really nice passing chops as well. But they're going to give Sohan an opportunity to at least try to prove he could do some things. He's got 2 1-1 so far here tonight, but honestly, not anything that stood out so far for Jeremy Sohan. Ari said, exactly, Mike Brown looking bad, playing him over Mo. The thing about it, Ari, is he did say, I'm going to give Jeremy Sohan a chance. And I get that. I fully get using the regular season to experiment. But no Mo Diawara, especially in the second half of back-to-back, where you could definitely get away with finding minutes for Mo Diawara, feels a little strange to me, right? Feels a little strange, especially considering that nobody's really playing like all that great so far tonight. It's still pretty early in the game. We got 9:30 to go in the second quarter. I prefer Diawara over Sohan, but that's because I've already made up my mind on Jeremy Sohan because I've seen him play for San Antonio for a couple of years now, and I have not been impressed. I don't think he fits with the Knicks. It was a nice swing on a young player, but more so about possibly next year if he can find a way to improve his perimeter game, which I don't think he can at this point in his career, because that jump shot seems fundamentally broken. It's got a disgusting hitch in it. But, the Knicks, I just talked about Tom Thibodeau's blind stubbornness to winning every single regular season game no matter what, whereas Mike Brown is more so a little flexible in the sense that he is more willing to experiment over the course of the regular season, which once you hit the point of being a championship contending team, however you feel about the Knicks in that regard, they are indeed a championship contending team, at least they see themselves as that, and I think they should. You use the regular season as a way to experiment. Whether you win the game or lose the game because of it, you should absolutely be experimenting with it. Towns down the lane, draws the foul, can't get the layup to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2. Donald Moore Music, what's up, Don? Kevin Anderson said, I did also say he gives you at least 28 points per game with at least 6 assists, and any given night he'll drop 40. I'm cool with that. I would never criticize Brunson. It's not about credit. We could criticize Brunson. Absolutely. He's definitely deserving of criticism at times. Absolutely. A lot of the times. Not saying you not to criticize him. I'm just saying, let's criticizing him for something. It's like criticizing Jalen Brunson for not getting enough blocks. It's like that's something that's never really asked of Jalen Brunson to do. He is. It's like having that same criticism for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, how come Shai doesn't get more assists? Like, doesn't that feel like a silly thing, even though he's the point guard of the team, to ask Shai to do? It's like, no. As long as we are moving the ball as a team and he isn't commandeering the ball on every single possession, then I don't care what his assist numbers are as long as we're generating good offense. And the Knicks have been generating good offense all season long. They have the number 2 ranked offense in the NBA. Giddey has up top. Swings it over to Jalen Smith in the right corner for a 3. Can't get it to go. Bridges with the rebound. It's a 6-point game, 38-32. Under 9 to go. Forgot to restart the timer. My bad. Here we go. David M. What's up, David? Dillingham knocked the ball loose, and here comes Giddey pushing the other way. Out to Colin Sexton, who just subbed in, who throws up an air ball. Jalen Smith catches the air ball and gets the layup to go under the basket. Fortuitous situation for Jalen Smith. Air ball falls right into his hands there. James Cookfair, what's up, James? Towns has it on the left wing, being guarded by Jalen Smith. Towns is going to look to isolate now. Couple of fancily dribbling, not going anywhere. Now he's going to put his head down, stop, spin, kicks out the Bridges. Left wing 3 for Bridges, can't get it to go. Not loving the offensive process right now. I might be looking to get Jalen Brunson back in this game at some point because offense is sputtering a little bit here. They get it over to Giddey. Giddey in the left corner being guarded by Towns on a cross match. Settles for the mid-range pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Can't get it to go. Sohan with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Sohan leaves it off for Towns. Towns putting his head down, attacking Yabusele off the bounce. Gets the layup to go. I thought I heard a whistle. He got the layup to go. No foul. And here comes Chicago bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart and Anunoby at the scorer's table. Dillingham up top, dancing with it against Alvarado. Crosses over, spins, down the lane, loses the handle, picks it back up. Now looking to get it out. Alvarado knocks the ball loose. Shamet can't grab it, and they swing it over to Giddey. Giddey up top, being guarded by Shamet. Giddey coming to his right off a double screen. They try to kick it out. Bridges knocks the ball loose. Giddey able to pick up the loose ball, throws it up at the rim, comes up well short. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson. Quick outlet to Bridges. Bridges over to Alvarado. Alvarado settles for the pull-up three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go, and the long rebound falls into the hands of Jalen Smith. And a timeout for the Chicago Bulls. A lot of timeouts so far to start the game, and you could tell a lot of dysfunction offensively for both sides. It's not a pretty game. Not a pretty game at all. Eric Richards, what's up, Eric? Chevy, you've only got better and better. Just keep on grinding, keep it real. Appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. We're just hanging out, watching some basketball. Knicks for the picks. What's up, Knicks for the picks? Ramon Feliciano. What's up, Ramon? I'm a Knicks fan since '68. They have been a huge disappointment all my life. Well, if you've been a Knicks fan since '68, at least you got to watch some championships, brother. I've been a Knicks fan since 2008, much younger, and all I've known my whole life is misery. Misery. A lot of people like to say that one mellow year in 2013, where they were, I believe, the number 2 seed, if I'm not mistaken, right? Maybe they were the 1 seed. I can't remember entirely, but I do remember not believing that was a championship contending team, and it turned out to be true. David said we cannot shoot with consistency. I'm going to give them a little bit of grace today because it is the second night of a back-to-back when it comes to the shooting. But I think if we all recognize that if your legs aren't going to be there in the second night of a back-to-back, maybe we should get into the paint a little bit more. I like the way Towns is processing this. He's putting his head down and going to the basket. He's got 14 points, 5 for 8 from the field. But Mark said just get out with no injuries. I tend to agree. I would also like to bring a wing with us, but I think number one priority is to get out with no injuries and then win the game. Tay Cowboy said, Knicks missing so many shots. Yeah, they are. Bridges is 1 for 5 now, all of them coming from the three-point line. Sohan's 1 for 2, Shamit's 1 for 3, all of his coming from the three-point line. And Alvarado is 1 for 3. No, he knocked down a floater. He's 0 for 2 from 3, though. Donna Moore Music said, my dad had season tickets in the 90s. Ooh, nice. And I got to go to a bunch of games in the Starks, Mason, Ewing, Oakley era. Oh, my goodness, brother. That sounds like, I'm so jealous. That sounds like such a time. My goal in life is to get to a point where I have so much expendable income that I can afford to get my parents' season tickets to the Knicks in their retirement. That is my goal. That is my goal in life. That is my number one goal. Omar. Toddman, what's up, Omar? Toddman, what's up, Omar? I'm 51, bro. I've been a fan since 1990. Yeah. I mean, look, man, at least you got to watch a team that was legitimately made it to the finals and made finals runs. Me, your boy right here, I grew up in the darkness, right? You merely adopted it. I grew up in the darkness. I grew up with nothing. Mango Badger, what's up, Mango? What's your day job? I work in construction during the week. Here we go. We're back into it. Giddey has it up top, being guarded by Towns. They swing it over to Yabusele. Now over to Buzelis. Buzelis on the right wing. Pull-up 3 for Buzelis. Can't get it to go. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Josh Hart saves it over to Anunoby. Nice save from Josh Hart. And now OG Anunoby will bring it down. OG putting his head down, attacking, going all the way to the rim. Lefty layup, smokes it. Just off the glass, not even close. And now the Bulls are pushing the other way. Not even sure what compelled OG Anunoby to do that. And on the other end, Colin Sexton pushed it the other way, got blocked at the rim, but their teammates right there out-hustling the Knicks to the board, gets the putback. We are under 7 to go, quickly approaching the halfway point. Brunson is back in along with Towns, Alvarado, Josh Hart, and OG Anunoby. And we got an off-ball foul, Nick Richards trying to guard OG Anunoby, battling him for positioning in the post. Ari said, why are you all in this business? It's a pretty valid question. I'm not going to get any more specific than that. Knicks for the pick said, Knicks flopping for Vegas possibly? If you believe so, brother, sure, I guess. I don't know what to tell you if you think that is a true statement. Towns fires up a right wing 3. He got it to go. Karl-Anthony Towns finding the range from the 3-point line is the greatest development of the season so far. I'm down with it, man. That's the number one thing we've needed from Karl-Anthony Towns, for him to find a range finally this season. His lowest 3-point percentage of his career. Buzelis gets fouled on the drop-off pass from Giddey. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 with 6:03 to go here. Tay said another missed layup. Yeah, it's been that kind of night. Nothing really going down consistently for the Knicks. Except for Karl Anthony Towns. He's hooping. He's up to 17 points. He's up to 17. Eric C said, I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light of day until I was already a man, and by then it was blinding. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I know that's the full quote. From the movie. That's also a good way. Hug Porty comes in for Towns, by the way. Buzelis misses the first. He did knock down the first one. My bad. He knocked it down. That's also a good way of describing why I might be a little more optimistically. The light is so blinding to me at this point. I just have to follow the light, man. Just gotta follow the light. Fernando Barito, what's up, Fernando? I've been a Knicks fan since 1970. I've seen the bad years. Graduated high school, the year they won it all in 73. So you got some good memories to lean back onto, though. The Knicks missed the shot badly. Josh Hart with the rebound gets fouled on the putback attempt. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. We are at 5:44 to go. Isaiah Garner said, Cat looking like Cat finally hitting the threes. That's a good sign. It's a phenomenal sign. I think it's a season-saving type of sign for the New York Knicks. I think it really is. The Knicks are going to go as far as Karl Anthony Towns' three-point shooting is going to be able to carry them. Not necessarily, like that's a poor way of phrasing that, but they're not going to go anywhere if Karl Anthony Towns doesn't find the range. Because the thing that makes him special is his ability to shoot the three-point shot at a high level, along with all of his other skills. And he has not been doing that this season. And it's part of the reason why the Knicks have been so inconsistent. A big part of it. Josh Hart made the first one, misses the second one. And then the loose ball gets chased down by Sexton. The Bulls swing it around in transition here. Buzelis winds up with a wide open corner three, and he knocks it down. And it is still an 8-point game after all of that. 5:30 to go. Brunson coming to his left over Alvarado. Back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right up the Hug Porty screen. Driving it down. Brunson has it in the post against Sexton. Kicks it out to Alvarado. Pump fakes. Driving to his right in the lane. Shoves it over to Huck. Huck pump fakes. Goes up with the lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Knicks. Got to get a finish there, Big Huck. Ari said Towns might be the most diverse player in Knicks history. Do you mean diverse or do you mean divisive? Because I think that statement works both ways. Whichever way he meant it. James Cookfair says, was at the guard in the game against the Knicks prior to the fight with the Heat and the suspensions cost them the playoffs. Yep. And that was a legitimate year where people thought oh yeah, this is the year they're going to win the championship. Brunson, fall away foul line jumper at the foul line. Got it to go for JB. 46-40, under 5 to go here. Pat Williams going to settle for a deep straightaway three. It's going to come up short. Josh Hart with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Sidestep, pump fakes, down the lane, draws the foul. Floater doesn't go down, but he is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here with 4:42 to go in the second. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Most move the ball around than defense. Must move the ball around than defense. Yep. Really simple way of putting it. Ari said he's a 7-foot rebounder, can shoot the midi and the three. He can do it all. He can do it all, which is why it's frustrating when he doesn't do most of it, right? That's why people tend to get that's why he's kind of becoming a little bit of the scapegoat of the team, even though I do think as Brunson misses a free throw. Come on, we can't be missing free throws. Why I do think he is a little bit of the scapegoat, because it's like, what do you mean, Karl Anthony Towns, you're just not going to knock down threes this season? But he has been the best rebounder in the NBA, one of, at least. Brunson misses 2 free throws. Oh my goodness, what are we doing, JB? Now we gonna miss free throws? Knicks down by 6 still, 46-40, 4:30 to go. Trey Jones driving it down, pulls it out, hands it off to Buzelis. Buzelis coming to his left off to Josh Hart chasing. Now Alvarado switches on to Buzelis, over to Richards, now over to Pat Williams. Williams driving it down, kicks it out. Trey Jones, the right wing three, comes up short. Awkward rebound attempt for Hug Porty, knocked off his hands. Anunoby able to clean it up. Out to Alvarado, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing, being guarded by Trey Jones. Backing him down in the post now. Backing him down, has the side cleared out for him. Stops, turns, pivots, spins, fall away jumper. Got it to go. Pure and smooth from Jalen Brunson. Here comes Trey Jones at the 4-point game, 46-42. We're under 4 to go here in the second quarter. Jones up top, coming to his left off the screen. Alvarado chasing to get it over to Buzelis. Catches, pump fakes, driving to his left. Down the lane, awkward Euro. Gets it over to Richards. Spins off Hogporty. Stops, leans in. Floater. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked loose. Alvarado chases it down. Bringing it down the other way. Knicks have numbers. Over to Brunson. Pushing the pace. Head down to the rim. Bump Euro. Layup. Pass it off at the last second. Hogporty. Wasn't ready for it. They swing it around. Josh Hart back to Brunson. Wide open. Left corner three. Line me up. Can't get it to go. After all of that. After all of that, can't get me to go with the three, JB. Come on, man. The open ones, man. Make the open ones. Tre Jones has it up top, coming to his left, down the lane against Hogporty. Fall away jumper off glass. Can't get it to go. Looked like maybe Hogporty got a piece of it. Here comes Alvarado pushing the other way. Fakes the hand off to Brunson. Keeps it. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart shovels it inside the Hogporty. Wasn't ready for it. And at least, no, it doesn't. Now it's off of out of bounds off of Huck. Come on, Huck. Get your hands ready, man. Get your hands ready. Fung Pei said, don't listen to him, Cap. Big drain threes in a fantasy of this era. Jay Palomino, what's up, Jay? My timer's still going. We got 3 minutes to go. Jay said, Knicks lose here. They're garbage, man. It is the nature of the regular season. I don't think they'll lose. The Bulls are in full tank mode. I think the Knicks are going to be in a grinded out game, unfortunately, but as Okoro knocks down a three, the Bulls will find a way to lose. They are in full tank mode. They will find a way to lose. That is their main goal here tonight. They'll put up a good fight, and it'll be a lot closer than us Knicks fans want it to be. Cross-court pass from Anunoby out to Alvarado for an open three, and he knocked down an open one. Look at that. The Knicks knocked down an open three. What a rare sight so far tonight. Here comes Rob Dillingham bringing it down against Anunoby. Swings it out to Tre Jones. Tre Jones being guarded by Alvarado. Swings through to his right, putting his head down, attacking. Bump Euro, floater off glass. Smokes it. Can't get the layup to go. Alvarado sneaks in and snags the rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. Pass fake, gets it out to Josh Hart. They get it over to Anunoby. Anunoby one-on-one against Rob Dillingham. They bring over a double team. Anunoby stops, spins, gets it over to Josh Hart, swings it out to Alvarado. Alvarado with the left wing three, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Anunoby steals it, kicks it out to Brunson. Back to Anunoby, relocation three, can't get it to go down. Josh Hart with the rebound and gets fouled by Tre Jones. At least the Knicks are hustling right now, snagging offensive rebounds. Take how we said, Bulls looking good tonight? I think it's a little bit more of the Knicks not looking very good, making the Bulls look good. I think it's the combination of that. Mark said, even the Wizards have good nights. Even the Wizards have good nights. Even the Wizards have good nights, absolutely. Jersey Dad said Josh Hart with 5, 5, and 2. He's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. He can cut it to a 2-point game. Take Howard said Jalen 2 passes on this offensive possession. Now we're counting Jalen Brunson passes. That's where we're at. Now you guys got Tay Cowboys counting Jalen Brunson passes. Josh Hart knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Raymond said, when they play the Knicks, they give great effort. Everybody gives great effort against the Knicks. Absolutely, Raymond. Absolutely. It's your boy Drizzy. What's up, Drizzy? Knicks minus 195 right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but shout out to you, brother. Jay said, please take out Hart if you want to win. Josh Hart missed the second free throw. It's a 3-point game. Jalen Smith, a straightaway three, can't get it to go. Yabusele chasing down the loose ball rebound, but knocks it over to Anunoby. Anunoby bringing it down, over to Towns. Right corner three for Towns. Can't get it to go. Jalen Smith with the rebound. Here comes Rob Dillingham pushing it the other way. Hit ahead to Okoro. Lined up the three. Okoro got it to go, and the hit-ahead pass. Nice three from Isaac Okoro. You're not going to see that too often. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Tre Jones. Picks up his handle. Cross-court pass to Josh Hart. Extra pass to Shamet. Wide open left corner three. Shamet got it to go. We'll take it. Trading threes for threes. It's a 3-point game, though. 52-49. Rob Dillingham pushing the pace the other way. Has it at the foul line. Stops. Pump fake. Spins. Pivots. Got nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Okoro. And an offensive foul on Jalen Smith running over Josh Hart, who's trying to close out on the Okoro three. Ball back to the Knicks. They're in the bonus. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? The Knicks haven't won anything since '73. Somehow everyone treats them like they're Like they're at the 4-time defending champions. That's odd. They have New York across the chest, and that's how people treat New York, brother. That is, unfortunately, the way of the world. The way of especially the sports world. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Okoro. Dancing with it, coming to his right up the town screen. Brunson steps back, dancing with it, sets up for the three. Comes up short. Anunoby with the rebound, knocks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, has it in the post against Dillingham, gets it inside to Josh Hart, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet, another three, line me up. Landry Shamet, another three, line me up. Landry Shamet. Tied at 52 with 22 seconds to go. Knicks get a delay of game warning. Keenahara, what's up, Keenahara? George said in the 90s, I was a cameraman on a television show that featured the Knicks and many times was in the locker room with Ewing, Oakley, Starks, and that crew. Oh, hold up, George. Let me know. Let me find out, George. I see you. Tay Cowboy said Jalen passes to Josh Hart. I love this running bit, Tay. I got to tell you. I love it. Katie Hazy said Shamet coming back. Shamet leading the way, knocking down threes. Exactly what Landry Shamet needs to do. He is now up to 9 points. He's 3 for 5, all of them coming from three. MBM, what's up, MBM? Final 10 seconds of the quarter. My timer's about to tick off. But final 10 seconds of the quarter here. Trey Jones has it up top. Knicks have a defensive unit out there. Sohan in for Towns. Trey Jones dancing with it. Shot clock winding down. They hand it off to Dillingham. Dancing with it against Shamet. Puts up the three, comes up short, but a foul on Landry Shamet, getting his hand caught in the cookie jar. Landry Shamet, brother, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, Landry? Get your hands out of the cookie jar. Landry, we were just complimenting you. Landry, you're going to foul him, getting your hands caught in there? What are you reaching in for? Just play with your hands by your side. If he makes it, he makes it. Come on, Landry. Rob Dillingham at the foul line. Comes up short on the first one. He's got two more coming. Tied at 52. 0.2 on the clock. All you had to do was just stand there with your hands at the side, Landry. Rob Dillingham misses the first two. Yes, sir. Miss one more, and I'll forgive Landry Shamet for the bad foul. Miss one more, Rob, but if you make it, still big no-no. Keenar said, well, Landry's a role player for a reason. All right, Dillingham missed the first two. Miss one more for me, brother. Just miss one more. All I'm asking for you is for one missed free throw right here, and that's it. I'll be done asking for missed free throws the rest of the way if you miss this. And he knocks down the third free throw. He got 1 point out of it. It's 1 point too many, though. They get it into Josh Hart with 0.2 on the clock. He technically can't get it off in time. That is the rule, and that will be the end of the first half. 53-52. Knicks are in a dogfight, a grinded-out rock fight here against the Chicago Bulls. It is an ugly night. It is an ugly night. Anunoby's 1 for 4. Bridges is a disgusting, 1 for 5 or something like that. We will go through the box score. We're going to run around through it. Also go around the league a little bit. James Houlihan, what's up, James? Making good money. I can't even hit a free throw. Yeah, free throws, easiest shot in the game, can't make it. MBM said, Sohan is a bigger question mark than JC. He is. I think that's a pretty good way of putting it. You don't know what you're getting out of Jeremy Sohan right now. I mean, he's playing hard. He's got 2-2-2. He's got 2-2-2. To me, he's a worse version of Josh Hart. It's the worst version of Josh Hart. And you already have a good version of Josh Hart, so just stick with your good version of Josh Hart and go with Mo Diawara, who's a good version of Mo Diawara. You don't have another player like Mo Diawara on this roster, so stick with him. Nick Yak said, not a bad for a terrible first half. Yeah, it was pretty bad first half for the Knicks, and to be down 1 to the Chicago Bulls here is not a bad position to have yourself in. I knew this was going to be a close game. I knew this was going to be an ugly game coming into it because of the second night of the back-to-back, because of the travel and all the things. I knew they weren't really going to have their shots. I would have been more surprised if they were playing well. Now, as long as the Knicks can pull off the victory, I won't really have complaints. If they end up losing, we're all going to be upset, obviously, right? Just as Dad said, Mikhail and OG combined for 2 for 9, as usual. some pretty bad play. James said, a layup is actually the easiest shot in the game. It is. If you're not contested, though. A contested layup is pretty difficult. in the NBA, right? Especially when you got 7-foot shot blockers coming flying at you. A free throw, you're 15 feet away from the basket. You've been playing basketball your entire life, presumably shooting free throws your entire life or practicing free throws your entire life. 15 feet away from the basket, nobody guarding you. You have all the time, well, not really all the time in the world. You have 10 seconds to get your rhythm going and to just simply put the ball in the basket. It is, to me, the easiest shot in the world, even more so than a layup. The only thing easier is a wide open layup, but you rarely get those. Keenar said JC is more defective than Campaign and Wiseman. I mean, Jordan Clarkson is just kind of is who he is. He is exactly who I thought he was going to be when the Knicks signed him in the offseason. They signed him for the minimum because that is where he is at in his career. If he sticks around in the NBA, it will be off of minimums from here on out. Nobody's really giving him any more money than that or more than 1 year at a time. He's a solid locker room guy. I think people like him, but his skill set on the court seems to have run his course throughout its NBA career. It happens. He's 33 years old. He's had a great NBA career. He's won a Sixth Man of the Year award. Solid, but it's past. The NBA has passed its time. It's time to hand the rock down to the next generation of guys. MBM said, the Knicks' hate for our own players is palpable. Why? I don't know, MBM. I don't know. As long as you have New York across your chest and wearing orange and blue, I'm going to root for your success. Doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize you, because I criticize Towns all the time. I criticize Brunson all the time. I criticize Wingstop, who's not playing well tonight at all. I criticize our guys all the time, but that does not mean I hate them or asking them to change who they are or something. I don't know, but Keenar said, heck no. I don't want to see minutes from Jordan Clarkson. Absolutely not. We're good on Jordan Clarkson. I'd rather see Kolek before we see Clarkson. Right? We have Kolek back there as well. Nick Yak said, back-to-back win on the road is all we can ask for. All we can ask for. I'm not asking for a dominant victory. I'm not asking for a lights-out shooting performance. I'm not asking for anything other than just walking away with a W tonight and to be healthy. That's it. Two things I want. Walk away with a win, walk away being healthy. Let's go around the we're already here at the box scores. So let's go over the box scores, and then we'll go over team stats, and then we'll go around the league. See what's going on with everybody else. Karl-Anthony Towns is leading the way tonight. He's up to 17 points. He's 6 for 10 from the floor. He's 3 for 4 from three-point range. This is really the only thing I care right now. My goodness, is this like magic. This is magic for the New York Knicks. If they can get this, oh my goodness, is it going to start unlocking things. If they can get him back to, for a certain stretch here, shooting like 40% from three-point range, oh my goodness, is it everything going to open up for the Knicks? And obviously, they're going to need guys like Anunoby and Bridges to return back to form and stop being pumpkins out there, but they need Karl-Anthony Towns to do this. He has not been doing this all the season long. He has not been doing this. If they can get him back to doing this consistently, everything is going to open up. Everything's going to be easier for Anunoby and for Josh Hart and for Bridges and for Brunson and for the guys off the bench. 8 minutes for Sohan, by the way. We're going to talk about Sohan. We've been talking about him all night, but we'll talk about him some more. Jay said, Wolves again, disappoint. Yeah, we'll go around the league. Definitely want to see where everybody's ended up so far. E. Gibson said, Cat was my dude tonight. He's hooping. 17 first half points, not too shabby. 5 rebounds, no assists, no turnovers. No turnovers. How many fouls? 2 fouls. He's doing his thing. Now, obviously, that can turn on a dime with the way Karl-Anthony Towns plays basketball, but he's hooping tonight. All I could ask for, he's actually making shots. One of the few guys here out here making shots. Him and Landry Shamet, both of them with 3 3-pointers made. Bridges with 1 3-pointer made. I'm standing right in front of the numbers. My apologies. Other than that, Bridges is our second leading. No, Shamit's our second leading scorer with 9. Brunson is third with 8. He's 3 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 3 from three-point range. Pretty open looks as well. Bridges with 3, 2, 2. Also 3 turnovers. Way too many from Mikal Bridges for somebody who does not usually turn the ball over that much. Not a good night from Mikal Bridges. Not a good night from OG Anunoby. He's only got 2 points as well. Got to get our guys to consistently knock down shots, man. What happened? What happened to our three-point shooters? They have been in a bit of a slump recently, unfortunately. Joseph said, Towns has been balling. Big Cat is awesome. The confidence is rising. He's seemingly getting a little bit more comfortable. The Knicks are clearly having a much more concerted effort to get him the ball in situations where they should have been getting him the ball all season long, which is nice to see. Keenar said, Cat doesn't remind me of Jokic. Jokic reminds me of Bird. I don't know who said Cat reminds them of Jokic, but I agree, Keenar. Nobody reminds me of Jokic. Bird a little bit, yeah. There's a little bit of similarities with Bird and Jokic's games. but I still think they're pretty different. Yeah, they're pretty similar. I could see that. Keenar said, Cat is awesome occasionally. We need him to be more consistent. Yeah. And this is the second game in a row where the offense is really coming around and the three-point shot is really there. But he has been pretty consistent in the past 2 to 3 weeks or so of playing basketball. Obviously, if we take out that All-Star week that we had off, but the 2 or 3 weeks that we've been playing basketball as of late, he's been really good. He's been really good, really consistent as well. Just because the numbers vacillate doesn't mean that his impact hasn't been consistent. His impact has been very consistent as of late. And now, finally, they're making a much more concerted effort of getting in the ball. And also, he is making a more concerted effort of being smarter when he attacks, not hooking the offensive guy or hooking the defensive guy and getting an offensive foul, and knocking down shots and just being smarter where he is on the court. Knocking down three-point shots goes a long way with that as well. Let's look at off the bench. Shaman with 9, Alvarado with 5, Sohan with 2, Hukporti has been all over the place. I don't even know what to make of Hukporti's minutes so far tonight. I don't know. I don't know. At a certain point, I might go with Trey Jemison. It's not that Hukporti's been terrible or anything like that. He's just not doing anything super good. He's got 3 rebounds, a steal, an offensive rebound, but there are times where you're watching him and you're just like, what are you doing out there, man? What are you good at right now? It feels a little bit like a regression from last year. I feel like he was better last year than he's been so far this year. It's been weird. It's been a weird, disappointing season from what I've seen from Hukporti. I don't know who you guys feel, but I've been a little disappointed with Hukporti's season so far. Especially considering, I get he hasn't had consistent minutes because he's the third-string center, but he knows he's playing in these situations where there's back-to-backs because Mitchell Robinson hasn't played all season in those situations. But the game looks really rough when Hukporti's in there. Offensively and defense looks really rough for the Knicks. He's just not been very impactful or a very smart player on either side of the ball this season. Fungpei said, there you go, it's you just spelled his name, Sohan. Stop calling him Showcans. I haven't called him Showcans once. But shout out Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy Sohan, speaking of, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. The box score looks decent. In 8 minutes, 2, 2, and 2 is cool. But it gets funky out there when he's out there, especially when he's out there with Josh Hart, which he was out there for a couple of minutes with Josh Hart. It gets funky when he's out there, man. The offense gets bogged down because there is no spacing, and they could just pack the paint. And then obviously Josh Hart nor Jeremy Sohan can knock down a perimeter shot. So I get that they're giving him a chance, right? They signed him to the vet minimum, and they're giving him a chance. Aaron Christmas, appreciate you. Said excellent analysis on Huck. Thank you, brother. I don't know how you guys feel. You guys can let me know if you guys feel differently, but that's how I feel about Hukporti this year, where I'm just disappointed. I felt like he was better last year, or at least showed more potential last year. And like I said, it's not like he doesn't know ever when he's going to play. He knows when he's going to play. When Mitchell Robinson is out, which is very laid out for everybody to know. It is a very, they've been very forthcoming with the plan with Mitchell Robinson. He's not playing in one of the 2 back-to-back games, and Hukporti should be ready for either of those games when the time comes. And it just always feels like he's a step slow or just isn't, there was a couple of times tonight where the Knicks tried to shovel him drop-off passes or pocket passes off of rolls, and he just wasn't ready for it and just couldn't catch the ball. And I'm like, where's the Huck from last year where, he caught the balls in those situations? He knocked down, floaters. He showed potential to have, a little floater game off the short roll. Where was that confidence? Where's that guy? I haven't seen him a single time this year. Maybe opening night when there was no Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns was limited with the quad injury. Remember that opening night? Karl-Anthony Towns was questionable, and then he did end up playing, but I think that was the only time this season where Hukporti got into the game, and I was like, hey, yeah, look, Huck, he's doing his thing out there. After that, it's been a really disappointing year for me with Hukporti. I just expected more. And he's not really holding up his end of the bargain as the third-string center. Knowing that he was going to be needed this year, because of the game plan that we had with Mitchell Robinson, which again, they've been very forthcoming with. They were going to injury manage him all the way to the end of the regular season. We knew that. And Huck Porty hasn't really given us a single performance this year where we've been like, oh, Huck Porty was really good tonight. He was really good tonight, right? Just a little disappointed. Again, it's not like he's been bad. It's not like he's been terrible. He's just been super underwhelming. Alfonso said, I give the New York Knicks 5 points and Chicago Bulls will still cover the spread. Go ahead, brother. Nick Yak said, Huck Porty was fine tonight. He also made a defensive play under the boards, and he plays with other bench players. That's fine. That's fine. I haven't really seen him do anything that has particularly stood out that makes me go, oh, yeah, there's the potential we saw. Like, he did more of that last year. I walked away last year feeling like, yep, there's something there with Huck Porty. Like, we all saw it. We all talked about it all the time. We were all like, yeah, there's something there with Huck, right? There's something there. We didn't come up with the nickname Huckamania for no reason. And this season, it's just been, Is he an NBA player? Can he be a legit backup center at any point in his career? Or is he just destined for the Jericho Sims role of being a third string, break glass in case of emergency big man? Because it's not really what I thought he was destined for last year. Keenar said, and that's true, Diawara has clearly got more of the coach's confidence too. I get trying Sohan. I just think it's a little weird. I think if anything, we should try Sohan as the backup center and then give the rest of the minutes, the backup wing minutes. Jeremy Sohan's not a backup wing. He's not a wing. He's got no perimeter game whatsoever. He's a backup big. He's an undersized big. He's a backup big. He's versatile. He can step out to the perimeter. He's a decent rebounder for his size. He's the center you should go to when you want to go to small ball. And then you could have, so he should be having the Huck Porty role, and then Diawara should have the Sohan minutes here, because Sohan is the wing player that we need. Mark Porter said, did Huck Porty have more playing time last year so as to be in the flow of the game? No, he inconsistently played last year as well. He was behind Jericho Sims to start the year for majority of the season, and then when they traded him at the deadline, who did they play at center? I can't remember who they played at center, but he had some spot minutes here and there, and then Mitchell Robinson came back, and then he didn't play. He didn't have consistent minutes last year either. He's had more consistent minutes and a more consistent role this season, and he's been worse. Alyssa Lester with a Alyssa. Roe Jr. what's up, Roe? Keenar said, I like basically when stuff isn't working and the team needs some defense, bring in Sohan. Yeah, he's an energy guy. He's a version of Josh Hart, but Josh Hart is the better version. And you can't have two versions of Josh Hart. We already have our issues with Josh in certain configurations on the court. When things aren't working out well, go to Sohan. But I think you still need to find a way to have Diawara out there. We'll see if Diawara gets into the game in the second half here. Still a lot of time left in this game. I said we would go around the league, and I spent too long ranting about things that don't really matter that much. Don't Buck with me. What's up, Don't Buck with me? Tibbs wouldn't play Mo Diawara. No, he would not. The Celtics ended up beating the Lakers. All right, we're checking back into this game already, so let's do that. Start of the third quarter, let's do it. 24 minutes of basketball left here today. In our third game we are covering, by the way. This is our third game. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right after Towns hands off. Leaves it off for Towns on the pick and pop. Swings it over to Josh Hart. Over to Anunoby. He's going to pump fake. Drive it down along the baseline. Goes up with the layup. Got it to go for OG. Nice strong drive from OG. Knicks take a 1-point lead. Let's do this. My bad. There we go. Giddey has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his right. Behind the back pass to Jalen Smith. He's going to settle for the straightaway three, and he's going to knock it down. Two-point lead for Chicago here, 56-54. A back-and-forth affair we have had so far tonight. Brunson hands it off to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top. Keeps it. Hands it off to Josh Hart. He's going to line up the right wing three, Josh Hart. Rattles it in, Josh Hart. There you go. A confident-looking shot from Big Josh. Here come the Bulls pushing it the other way. Giddey on the right wing over to Jalen Smith. over to Buzelis. Buzelis coming to his right after Smith screen. Buzelis, cross-court pass, Okoro, left corner three. Can't get that one to go. Brunson chases down the long rebound. Brunson pushing it the other way. Brunson coming to his left. Knicks holding on to a 1-point lead. Over to Bridges. Bridges down the lane. Fall away midi. Comes up short. Can't get it to go. Yabusele comes in for the rebound. Here comes Giddey. Giddey driving it down. Leaves it off for Jalen Smith. Pump fakes over to Okoro. Another corner three from Okoro. This time he knocks it down over Josh Hart. Okoro, of course, is going to knock down his threes tonight. He's up to 12 points, 4 for 7 from the floor. That's 4 3-pointers he's made. Oh, no, he got an and one play. I'm sorry, that's 3 3-pointers he's made. It is 59-57. Brunson over to Bridges. Bridges, a right corner three. Bridges knocked me down from the corner. Yes, sir. All right, now we're getting into it. We're getting some NBA action. Here we go. Let's get into the flow. Let's get some stops, though. Giddey has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. They hedge out hard. Now they swing it over to Okoro in the corner. Okoro gets it over to Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith leaves it off for Yabusele, being guarded by Bridges, coming to his right of the screen. Yabusele down the lane, tries to shovel it down low, gets picked off by Bridges. Good defense between Towns and Bridges there, operating out of that pick and roll. Defensively, Brunson a dribble pull-up three, and there you go, Jalen Brunson getting us going, and the Knicks up by 4. Now, if we could just extend the lead a little bit here so we don't have to have too stressful of a second half. Giddey has it on the left wing. Spinning, coming to his left, dancing with it, now coming to his right, picks up his handle, cross-court pass, and a foul on, I think, Jalen Brunson. James Houlihan, he said, let's go Bulls, beat the Knicks. I mean, if you were a Bulls fan, James, you should be rooting for losses so you can get ping pong balls for the lottery, brother. I said, come on, Okoro? Really? We're going to have a Okoro-Shvili now? Oh, the Mama College-Shvili game will never leave us. It will never leave us. Giddey can't knock down the layup. Brunson skies for a rebound. And then gets knocked to the floor, but he saves it to Anunoby. Anunoby bringing it down. He's going to put his head down, attack, bump Euro. Easy scoop layup for OG Anunoby, just going right through the chest of Giddey. Knocks down the layup. It's a 6-point lead for the Knicks and a timeout for Chicago. Jay Cowboys, Jalen passes to McHale. He did indeed pass it to McHale. I do love the gimmick. I love it. I do love the gimmick. We're going to count all of Jalen Brunson's passes from now on. From now to the end of the season. E. Gibson said, true strong effort here. Starting to take control of the game right now, which is, what you want to see here in the second half for sure. You don't want to have too stressful of an ending here. I'm not expecting a blowout on the second night of a back-to-back, but you should take a commanding lead at some point, right? A 10-ish point lead around there, and then keep it moving. Have that lead for majority of the game, if not even beyond that. Student said, no tanking for draft picks. That's crazy. The Bulls already announced that Josh Giddey, Jalen Smith, and Trey Jones will be on a minutes restriction tonight. So we'll see if we even see them in the fourth quarter. Because that has been the meta throughout the league. Is like, play your regular rotations for the first 3 quarters and then sit them for the fourth. And then try to tank in the fourth quarter to lose the game. So... which is why, no matter what the score is, I'm not really concerned with the Knicks' ability to pull off the victory tonight because at some point, the Chicago Bulls will prioritize losing this game. Ramon said, the Knicks need is a franchise player like Cooper Flag. He's going to be a monster in the future. Yes. All 30 teams are saying the exact same thing, brother. Yes. Eric C. said, Susan got that third quarter magic again. I mean, they came out ready to go in this third quarter, that's for sure. Mark said, will they? They will prioritize losing. They already, before the game started, Mark, announced that Josh Giddey, Trey Jones, and Jalen Smith will all have minutes restrictions tonight, which tells me that we probably won't see them come fourth quarter time. Keno R said, everyone needs a player like Cooper Flag. Yes, we would all like Cooper Flag. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody wants a Cooper Flag. Eric C., the supermarket would totally be more fun if you had to shop in bumper cars. Yes. Yeah. There was a supermarket that tried that at one point. I'm pretty sure. There was a supermarket that tried that. The issue with that, Eric, is that it wasn't like bumper cars. It was like like a slow-moving kind of like roller coaster thing that sent you down the aisles. The issue is that if you forgot to pull something off the aisle, you'd have to ride the whole thing again, right? So you better get everything on the first go, or else you'd have to wait back in line and get back on the ride to go through the supermarket again. And that's why it kind of failed. I don't know why I know that or why I read about that at some point, but I do know it. Okoro, I think it was a Japanese thing. Okoro has it along the baseline against Brunson, trying to bully his way down low, loses the hand on the ball, diving for it, knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it's out of bounds off of the Knicks, and 3 different Knicks point to Okoro, and they say it's out of bounds off of Okoro. But they're going to give it to the Bulls here. He said, tanking Pacers, prioritizing losing didn't work against us. Well, they didn't prioritize losing against the Knicks. They definitely said, if we're going to win any game this season, we're going to beat the Knicks. Because the very next night, Hazy, they sat all their players against the Nets to prioritize losing. But when they played the Knicks, they prioritized winning that game. Because everybody wants to beat the Knicks. Especially when it is your rival. So the Knicks are going to use their challenge here. Try to get possession of this ball back. It definitely looked like it was off of Okoro, so hopefully they win that challenge. Mark Porter said regular season is a joke. I don't know, brother. This is our 3rd coverage tonight, and we've had nothing but a blast covering the regular season. It's been a phenomenal night of basketball. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Eric Z said, I'm still down for the ride. Also, what if you needed to run into the supermarket for just one thing, Eric? What if, you just needed some pasta sauce? And you just needed to run into aisle 7 and grab the pasta sauce and get up out of there. You got to ride the whole ride. You got to spend 30 minutes going through the whole supermarket when you just needed one thing. You need to run in and out. Nick Yak said, we had dinner that delivered your hamburger on a train that went from counter to kitchen. Cool. NYC Creature, what's up, Creature? Do you think Brunson will get 20 this game? What did you have right now? 11? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if Chicago has any interest in keeping this game close. Eric said, make it an adventure. What if you're rushing? What if you're in a rush? Maybe you don't go to that supermarket. Maybe it's just that simple. Maybe that's just not the supermarket you go to. There are other supermarkets you can go to. Maybe you go to the dollar store. Maybe you go to the corner store. Who knows? Kenar said, pasta sauce? Tough, dude. Gotta find the garlic. Yeah. What if I just wanted bread? What if we just ran out of bread and I just wanted to go grab a loaf of bread? I got to ride the whole roller coaster through the store? Joe said, why are there so many breaks throughout the game? Because each team has 6 timeouts, and the NBA needs their commercial breaks so they can make some money and sell some advertisements. Joe said, so many TV timeouts. Also, they take forever on the challenges. You know what? Here's my conspiracy theory. I just thought about this. The reason why they take so long in their challenges is because they want longer commercial breaks. And then the reason why they're wearing the earpieces, I know a lot of people are like, that's a bad idea because of conspiracy with fixed games or anything. The reason, I truly think this, the reason why they're wearing those earpieces is that so that people can radio in, like, okay, we're back from commercial break. Tell us what the decision is. Like, they are not using commercial breaks to filibuster time. They're using challenges and watching the monitors to fill time for the commercial breaks. It's the other way around, I think. The Knicks win the challenge, by the way. Towns catches, pump fakes, draws the foul out on the perimeter, foul before the shot attempt, foul on the floor. Mark said, for so many advertisements we see on the actual floor and ground around the floor, shouldn't need commercials. Not as many as we do. Yeah, I mean, right now they have the Razor ad, they have the Verizon ad, the United Center is the name of the court that's sponsoring the arena. They got FanDuel on the baseline. Hit ahead pass to Yabusele, by the way, for a two-handed slam out on the break as the Knicks turned it over. They have Atlas tires over in the back. They have Calamos over on the sideline, that side of the court. Ridiculous amount of ads. I literally counted 1, 2, 3, 4 for the name of the arena. 5 different ads. 5 different ads on the court. And that's not even counting the ads on the Chicago Bulls jersey and the ads on the Knicks jerseys. That's 7 different ads right there. Buzelis tries to get over to Yabusele. Bridges and Anunoby just absolutely making it difficult to even pass the ball right now. And then Anunoby strips Buzelis going to the rim. Good defense from the Knicks there. They holding on to a 4-point lead, 65 to 61. Brunson a pull-up 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Yabusele with the rebound. Here comes Giddey. Hit ahead to Buzelis. Over to Okoro. Okoro kicks it out to Giddey, directing traffic. Swings through to his right. Down the lane. Kicks it in the corner to Jalen Smith. Being guarded by Bridges. Pulls it all the way back out. Swings it out to Buzelis. A 3 over Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Fight for the long rebound. Knocked loose. Brunson picks it up. Hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to hold it. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges down the lane. Leaves it off for Towns. And Towns can't hold on to the ball and then runs right into Jalen Smith. That's not a Karl-Anthony Towns fault. That is a Mikal Bridges fault. He set Karl-Anthony Towns up for that position. That is on the passer. He led the offensive player right into the defensive player. Either you got to take that shot, Bridges, or if you're Karl-Anthony Towns, maybe you just stop at the three-point line and you allow Bridges to go to the rim and he spot up for 3. Mark Porter said, just to clarify, because of teams tanking achievements in the competition of the regular season because of teams purposely losing, we know the outcome. Very fair, Mark. Very fair. Absolutely agree with that. The tanking makes it a very difficult watch in the NBA for sure. When you have situations like this where, like, I love watching our Knicks, but tonight is a tough watch against the Bulls team that clearly is not very invested in winning this basketball game tonight. They're still keeping it competitive. It's only a 4-point game, but some pretty ugly offense from both sides. I might blame that a little bit more on the second night of a back-to-back. Brunson a step back, mid-range jumper over Yabu, got it to go. 67 to 61, 6-point lead for the Knicks again. Jalen Smith runs right into Towns, and Jalen Smith is very frustrated, but I saw that. That was very clear offensive foul on Jalen Smith. Came up with the hands up high and makes contact with Towns and knocks him to the ground. Kinar said, I wouldn't care about all the ads if all the players were insistent on playing 82 and playing hard on defense, as the Knicks turned it over, by the way. Let's just say they aren't, and the teams want to tank if they aren't a contender. Yeah, it's hard to sell the product to your fans, and a travel on Pat Williams. Back-to-back turnovers, one from the Knicks, one from the Bulls, giving it right back to each other. What was I going to say? I forget the point I was going to make in horror, but I tend to agree. I tend to agree with your sentiment. I forget what point I was going to make, but I agree with what you said. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Nick Richards. Catches, pump fakes, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper got it to go. Knicks now up by 8. There you go. Starting to build the lead. Giddey has it on the right wing. Gets it over to Nick Richards. Hands it off to Giddey, coming to his left. Has it up top, in the corner to Pat Williams. Now out to Giddey. Giddey being guarded by Brunson. Sidestep, pull-up 3 for Giddey. Too strong, can't get it to go. Okoro with the rebound, under the rim, throws it to nobody. Bridges picks it up. Knicks are off and running. Hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson, bump Euro to the rim. Lefty layup, got it to go. And it's a 10-point lead for the Knicks. See if they can continue to build this up as we are past the halfway point. 5:30 to go. I know my timer's a little behind, but we'll catch up. Okoro has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Calling for a screen, coming to his left off a double screen from Yabusele and Richards. Leaves it off for Richards, leaves it off for Yabu. Yabu up top, gets it out to Giddey. Giddey coming to his left, dancing with it against Hart. Driving down in the paint, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, but that's because he's fouled by Josh Hart. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Mojo said Anunoby needs to get back to himself. He's got 6.6 rebounds. I'm going to give everybody a pass tonight in terms of like what the box score says. Just walk out of here with a victory and healthy, and then we could start actually evaluating again what this team is and what the players look like and how they fit together and how they're playing, who's sulking, who's in a rut, whatever the case may be, come the Cleveland game, because that's a real basketball game. Tonight feels like an exhibition, not gonna lie. Feels like a high-level scrimmage between these two teams. Shottage, what's up, Shottage? Yabu couldn't get off the Knicks bench, but starting for the next team. Knicks just a joker not getting better in my lifetime. You're upset because Yabusele is a starting center on a team not interested in winning basketball games? All right, brother. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Yabusele tonight, he just subbed out, but we can look at his box score because it's not very impressive. They swing it over to Shamit. Shamit in the left corner, pump fake, gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming to his right, driving it down, step back, fall away midi, way off on that one. Loose ball rebound, picked up by the Bulls. Dillingham pushing it the other way, over to Giddey. Giddey has it up top, swings it over to Pat Williams. Pat Williams on the right wing, back up top to Giddey. Giddey directing some traffic, coming to his left against Shamit, stops, turns, dancing with it, kicks it out to Richards. Richards over to Dillingham, ran off the line, kicks it back up top to Richards for a three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. I was about to say, Nick Richards for three would have been crazy. Shamit down the lane, nobody stops the ball. They leave it off for Huck. Pump fakes, draws the foul, can't get the layup, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Eric C said, dude, Yabu was given plenty of opportunities. He was just a bad fit. Plus, he's starting for a tanking team. Open your eyes. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a troll comment, but Guerschon Yabusele tonight has 4 points. 11 points on 4 made shots. He's made 3 3-pointers and 11 rebounds. He's got 11 and 11, and he's a -6 tonight. And he has 11-11 in 23 minutes. The Knicks knocked down both of their free throws there. There you go, Huck, knocking down free throws. At least Huck Porty, I will say, Huck Porty has been knocking down some free throws this season. Dillingham down the lane, in the paint, stinging it back to his right hand, floater off glass, can't get it to go over Anunoby, fight for the loose ball rebound. OG Anunoby picks it up, and he's going to bring it down the other way. OG up top, driving to his right, he's got a lane in the basket, goes up strong, can't get the layup to go, but a foul on Okoro will send Anunoby to the foul line for 2 with 4:20 to go. Lana Mona said, Yabu's first game against his old team, I know he wants to beat the Knicks. Probably does. But I'll tell you right now, he is probably not going to. Just that said, Cat, 17, 5, and 2 in 23 minutes. As Anunoby misses a free throw. Now we're just missing a bunch of free throws as well. Come on, OG. What are we doing, OG? Sammy said, I think some people should just leave the chat if they have nothing nice to say. I mean, they could stay. They could say whatever they want. But we will talk about you and the silly thing you said in the chat, and we will react accordingly. Anunoby does knock down the second free throw. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if I think maybe it's a silly opinion. Trey Jones down the lane, kicks it up top to Pat Williams, pump fake, spins to his right, down the lane, stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Trey Jones on the left wing, crossing over to his left along the baseline, layup, can't get it to go. Good contest from Huck Porty. Josh Hart trying to save it, but he can't. And it's out of bounds off of the Knicks. Good hustle from Josh Hart trying to save it. Alvarado comes in. 4 minutes to go. Mark Porter said, agree with your comment, bring on the Cavs. Yeah, this feels like just like, a high-level scrimmage. I'm not really worried about the Knicks walking out with a victory. I want them to walk out with a victory and fully healthy. That is number one priority. And then we can get to a real basketball game, a real competitive basketball game against the Cavs. They will be playing the Cavs on Tuesday. Patrick Williams, right wing three, a deep one over Josh Hart, throws up an air ball. Huck Porty, I don't know why he decided to take that shot instead of trying to dribble it in closer, create a better look. But Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Trey Jones. Dancing with it. Rob Dillingham switched on to him, so Brunson sees food, swings it out to Shamit. Shamit splits the defense down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go for Landry Shamit. Beautiful move from Landry Shamit to split the defense there. Knicks up by 13 now. They get it out to Buzelis, catches, pump fakes along the baseline, layup. Got it to go against Huck. Nice pump fake and drive on Hart. Nice finish over Huck Porty for Buzelis there. Brunson bringing it down the other way. He has it up top, being guarded by Dillingham on a switch. Brunson's going to look to dance on the right wing, crosses over to his left, has him in the post, walks him down to the middle of the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Brunson looking for the foul in the contact there. No foul there. It's just good, solid defense from Dillingham. Dillingham dribbling down. Josh Hart knocks it off his foot, and it's out of bounds off of Dillingham. Good hands and good defense from Josh Hart. 3 minutes to go. Josh Hart's going to sub out. Looks like Sohan coming in. Is that who I saw? Also, I don't have the box score up for you guys. My bad. There we go. Sohan's going to come in. He's in there with Huck Porty, Shamit, Alvarado, and Brunson remains in. As far as the Bulls go, they brought Yabusele back in along with Buzelis, Pat Williams, Trey Jones, and Rob Dillingham. Alvarado bringing it down. Has it up top. Alvarado coming to his left. Picks up his handle. He's got nowhere to go. Good defense from Dillingham to get it out to Brunson. Brunson dancing with it. He's got Dillingham switched onto him. He likes this matchup. Coming to his left, stops, turns, spins, driving to his right in the paint. Pump fake, leans in, fall away jumper. Can't get it to go. Halfway down, but rolled out. And now here comes Buzelis pushing it the other way. Buzelis has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Crosses over to his left, down the lane, leaves it up top. Yabusele, the straightaway three, has been on fire tonight from the perimeter. Can't get that one to go. Huck Porty with the rebound. Over to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it down now against Huck. Coming to, off the Huck screen. And Alvarado throws a lob to Huck Porty. There you go. There's a Gotham lob. Happy to see it back. 13-point lead for the Knicks again. 2:19 to go. Buzelis up top, attacking to his left. Steps back for a three. Huck Porty, good closeout. Got it to go. And never mind, not a good closeout from Huck Porty as he fouls him. And Buzelis knocks down the three as well. He's going to go to the foul line for one more. Knocks it back to a 10-point game. Can get it to a single-digit game. Mark said, stupid foul, Huck. Really dumb foul. It's Buzelis shooting a step-back three. You just give a regular contest. If he makes it, he makes it. Just that's it. JB, good 8 minutes of rest to start the fourth. You should get it for sure. Michael said, is Cat coming back in? Probably. We'll probably see him to start the fourth quarter. It's not like it's a blowout or anything. Should see some regular rotations. Buzelis knocks down his and one free throw, making it the 4-point play. Alvarado has it up top with 2 minutes to go here in the third. Alvarado dancing with it against Dillingham, gets it over to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing, cross-court pass to Shamet. Left wing three for Shamet. Got me to go. Landry Shamet, there you go. Way to line it up, brother. 81-69. They get it over to Yabusele, over to Trey Jones. Trey Jones coming to his right at the foul line, down the lane, over to Buzelis along the baseline. Can't get the layup to go. Good contest for Huck Porty. And Shamet with the rebound, loses the handle, picks it up. Leaves it off for Shamet. Shamet a transition three. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Sohan, Huck Porty looked like he was in good position to snag the rebound. And Sohan didn't know Huck Porty was there and tipped the ball out of Huck Porty's possession there. And it got the Bulls out and running. Buzelis shot out of a cannon, able to draw the foul going towards the rim. And now he's going to get 2 free throws. 81-69, 12-point lead for the Knicks. Just that's 3 fouls for Shamet, all kinds of dumb fouls. That one was on the break with Buzelis full head of steam going towards the rim. That one I get. Michael said, is Isaac coming back in? Isaac Okoro? Maybe. I can't tell you what's going on with the Bulls considering they're trying to lose basketball games. Maybe he'll come back in. Just that's JB needs a rest. I think everybody could use a rest. For sure. Buzelis knocks down both of his free throws, and it is a 10-point game, 81-71, 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Brunson up top, coming to his left off the Sohan screen, driving it down, cross-court pass to Alvarado, gets picked off by Rob Dillingham, a bad pass from Brunson, and Rob Dillingham smokes the dunk. Rob Dillingham, now they swing it out to Dillingham, along the baseline, picks up his handle, kicks it out to Trey Jones. What was that, Rob Dillingham? Trey Jones driving it down, and he at least salvages the possession, getting the scoop layup to go. Back down to 8. Under a minute to go. Brunson bringing it down, coming to his right up the Huck Porty screen, over to Shamet. Shamet on the right wing, jab step, pulls it back out. Shamet coming to his left off of Brunson screen, gets it over to Brunson, being guarded by Buzelis. Shot clock down to 7. Brunson's going to have to make something happen. Stop, turn, spin, fall away in the paint. Brunson got it to go. Old reliable from Jalen Brunson there. Rob Dillingham pushing it the other way. Gets into the paint, stops, kicks it out. Patrick Williams, a left wing three. He got it to go. Brunson will bring it down the other way. It's down to 7. They're going to try and hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarter, but there is about a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so Brunson will just wind down the time as much as possible. Brunson up top being guarded by Trey Jones. Coming to his right off a Sohan screen. In the corner to Shamet. Quick catch and fire from 3. Can't get it to go. Sohan battling on the boards, but the Bulls end up with it. Dillingham pushing the pace. Euro steps down the lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound and put back those. Nobody really goes after that loose ball. Brunson with the half-court heave. Hit the side of the rim, can't get it to go, though, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Down to 5 it goes. 12 minutes on the clock. Up to the fourth quarter. May the best team win. Sons and Jen said, what back-to-back? Knicks looking solid. I love it. They're looking cool. They're looking fine. Like I said, it has this weird aura and feeling like a high-level exhibition game of just like two teams who are not going 100%. I think the Knicks just want to get out of here with the win, and I think the Bulls just want to get out of here with the loss, as weird as it is to say. But I do think that is true about these teams. Lance Napier, what's up, Lance? 144 out of 748. Come on, guys. Tap it up. Talking about the likes on the stream. Appreciate you, brother. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and like the stream. It is the best thing you can do to help support a content creator, to help support any community you're a part of on the internet, especially on YouTube here. I'll never ask you for your money. I'm not going to ask you for your super chats. I'm not going to ask you to become a member. I'd appreciate if you guys did those things because it would help improve the channel that much more. But all I could ask you to do is just hit the thumbs up button, like the stream. It is free. It is easy. Takes less than a second, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Michael said, I need Cat over 24 points. Cat should probably start the fourth quarter here, considering it's only a 5-point game. David M. said, this draft really as good as they're hyping it up to be? Oh, it might be better, David. It might be better. There might be two legitimate generational talents in this draft between DeBansta and Peterson. Both of those guys, I know people are pretty dead set on Peterson being number one, and I was for a little bit there too. I've always been more of a fan of DeBansta's game though, and as of late, DeBansta has been really impressive. Really impressive. So I'm leaning even a little bit towards DeBansta, depending on who gets the first overall pick. We'll see when that time comes, but it's not just both of those guys. Cam Boozer has also had an historic freshman season at Duke, which is saying something because we've had so many historic freshman seasons in college basketball. The kid Wilson in North Carolina has a ton of potential. There's a bunch of rookies, Kingston Flemings. What's the kid that just had 49? Why can't I think of his name? I keep thinking of Acura. That's not his name. But that kid from, where is he from? Arkansas? Is really good too. There's so many good basketball players coming out of the draft this season. And the Knicks have their first round pick in this draft, by the way. So hopefully they get a good player. Colin Sexton is back in. Stops, turns, spins in the paint. He's tied up with OG Anunoby and a jump ball between Anunoby and Colin Sexton. Mark said, Giannis ending up getting traded. How much you want to bet Milwaukee's going to be gifted the lottery? Yeah. It might be too obvious that they don't go with it, but Anunoby knocks the ball into the backcourt. He's looking at Alvarado like, dude, that's what we do all the time. The Knicks do that all the time. Bullet pass inside the Yabusele. Yabusele double clutches. Can't get the layup to go. Good defense from the Knicks, not the foul. Yabusele just smokes the layup under the rim. Bridges pushing the other way. In the paint, kicks out the Shaman, extra pass. They swing it around. Towns, an open three. Comes up short. Long rebound right back to Towns, and he goes down for the big one-handed hammer. There you go, Big Cat. 11:20 to go. Pat Williams up top, dancing with it. Pulls it all the way back out. Being guarded by Shaman. Crosses over to his right, down the lane. Ooh, nice scoop layup, but he can't get it to go. But he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for two. Nick Yak said Sohan isn't a center at 6'9". In some lineups, he could be a center, Nick Yak. Not traditionally, but in certain small ball lineups, he could be. I just don't think he's a full-time rotation player, is my point. I think he could be used in certain situations as a small ball center, but other than that, I don't really see where he fits on the team. Mark said, if that happens, we need to abolish the draft. Here's the thing, Mark. I've always said this, and I truly believe this, and I think it's hilarious. Number one, I think the draft has been rigged in the past. I don't think it's rigged every season, but I do think it has been rigged in the past for certain teams. That's number one. And number two, I do think it should be rigged. I think just control where your talents are going if you want a healthy basketball league, right? Like, maybe don't send your picks to New Orleans if they're a poorly run organization, right? Maybe don't send number one overall generational talents who could be the face of the league to terribly run organizations. Maybe don't do that. Alvarado digs down for the rebound out to Anunoby with the scoop layup. Bouncing on the rim. He gets the friendly bounce and he gets it to go down for OG Anunoby. Billy Donovan calls the timeout for the Bulls. I gave the Bulls one more point than they need. It is 87-80. 7-point lead for the Knicks. Mark said to Washington. I was a big proponent of send Cooper Flagg to Washington. But obviously that did not happen. I could see maybe like a DeBansta going to Washington. I could see the kid Wilson, who's projected number 4 right now, going to Washington. We'll see where teams end up, and then we'll pick apart if we think it's rigged or not this season. Don't buck with me. What's up, don't buck with me? No Kolek, no Diawara, bad coach. We are at the end of the season, brother. I don't know what to tell you. We've seen enough of Kolek this season to know that he is a third-string center at best this season, especially after the Alvarado trade. And no Mo Diawara we were prepared for, with the Knicks wanting to give Jeremy Sochan an opportunity after signing him off waivers. Come the end of the season, when it's go time and you want to win a basketball game, I highly expect Mo Diawara to be in the rotation over Jeremy Sochan, if either of those guys end up being in the rotation, which I don't think they will. Talk to us. If DeBansta lands in Utah, it's rigged for sure. Yeah, with all of the Utah connections with DeBansta going on, him choosing BYU as his college, definitely would feel rigged for sure if he ends up in Utah. I hate that fit too. DeBansta in Utah. I like DeBansta on a team. I guess the ball would still be in his hands and he'd have Keontae George and other talent around him, but I just kind of want him to have his own team. That's Lauri Markkanen's team. That's Keontae George's team. That's now Jaren Jackson Jr.'s team. They just drafted Ace Bailey. Send DeBansta over to Washington. Make Washington a good team again. MJ Reed, what's up, MJ? I need Hart for 10. Hart for 10. Also, by the way, Hart for 10, you're a pretty decent chance of that. Also, by the way, so many high-level of these lottery picks are ending up in the West Coast. Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama. Who am I missing? Other guys who ended up in the East Coast is Cade, Paolo. Who else ended up in the West? Why am I blanking on number 1 overall picks? Don't bug with me said Wemby to San Antonio was a rig. That's when I knew it was rigged. Oh, I've been saying, I think we've all been saying it's been rigged since forever. LeBron to Cleveland, that made so much sense. Rose to Chicago that year. Zion to the Pelicans after they were forced to trade Davis. Davis to the Pelicans after they were forced to trade Chris Paul. Patrick Ewing to the Knicks in the first draft, in the first lottery, I should say. Zion to New Orleans, technically the West. I mean, not technically, it is the West. They're in the Western Conference. I know they're more East, technically, on the map, but they are in the Western Conference. Yabusele misses a 3. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to Shamet. Over to Anunoby. Crosses over. Down the lane. Kicks it out to Towns. Towns up top. Being guarded by Pat Williams. Over to Alvarado. Coming to his right off a Town screen. Behind the back. It's pickpocketed by Sexton. Knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Knicks with 8 on the shot clock. Ramon said, how about Patrick? Yeah, Patrick Ewing. Or are you talking about Patrick Williams tonight for the Bulls? Might be talking about 2 different Patricks. Craig, what's up, Craig? I need OG for 12. What do you think? Maybe. He's got 9. He could just hit a 3 and then he'd have it. Alvarado driving it down, steps back, dancing with it. Step back 3 with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go. Threw up a brick. Yabusele with the rebound. Here comes Rob Dillingham. Pushing the pace, being guarded by Shamet. Coming to his right after the Yabusele screen. Behind the back over to Yabu. Now over to Pat Williams. Pat Williams coming to his right off the Yabu screen. Now over to Dillingham. Steps back for a 3 over Shamet. Rob Dillingham got it to go. Oh, they call it a long 2. Knicks catch a little bit of a break there. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down. Alvarado has it up top. Coming to his right off the Anunoby screen. Hesitation move, driving it down past Yabusele. Kicks it in the corner to Shamet for a 3. Gets fouled by Rob Dillingham, and 3 free throws here for Landry Shamet. Bad foul from Rob Dillingham. My goodness. 9:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Keenar said Greg Oden to Portland, Ayton, Utah also first to the West. Ayton to the Suns? Is that what you meant? Shamit makes the first free throw. Almost missed it. Made the first free throw, though. He's got one more coming. I mean, he got two more coming. I'm sorry. Eric C. said, I'd call timeout, grab a pair of S issues, just cut off that rat tail on Sexton. Does he still have the rat tail? I got to see it. I got to see it. No way. I haven't noticed tonight. I haven't paid too close of attention, but no way he still has the rat tail. Foonpay said, if you are his friend, you're talking about Big Red, all right? Not my conversation. Shamit misses the third free throw, knocked down the first two. 89-82. Why did I stop my timer? A little over 9 minutes to go. Dillingham coming to his left. Anunoby switches on to him. Dillingham dancing with it against Anunoby. Stops, turns, spins, pump fakes. Got nowhere to go. Good defense. Kicks it out to Sexton. Sexton calling for a screen. Driving to his right on Alvarado. Putting his head down. Attacking out to Dillingham. An open right wing three. Dillingham can't get that one to go. Nick Richards and Colin Sexton run into each other. And then Bridges rips the ball out of his hands. And they get it over to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it down. They lob it down low to Anunoby. He's got Dillingham on him. Trying to bully his way into the paint. Loses the ball. Kicks it out to Bridges. Open right corner three. Lock me up. Line me up. Can't get it to go. And now here comes Dillingham. Over to Sexton. Over to Pat Williams. Over to Okoro. Okoro three comes up short. Long rebound over to Okoro. Right back to him. Cross-court pass. Dillingham. Extra pass. Pat Williams. Right corner three. He can't get it to go either on the open look. Nick Richards tries to feed it down low to Sexton. Ball knocked out of his hands. Somebody play the clown music right now. This is getting gross. Towns out to Shamit. Extra pass. Alvarado. Open three. Line that one up. Can't get that one to go either. Towns the offensive rebound though in the paint. Gets surrounded by guards, gets the ball knocked out of his hands, hit ahead to Dillingham, shows it out, back out to Nick Richards. He throws it past him, but Pat Williams ends up with it, kicks it out to Sexton. What is going on? Sexton lines up a right wing three, and he finally cashes one in. What a disgusting play and a timeout from the Knicks. Yeah, we needed that. We needed the timeout. What did we just watch? What did we just watch? It is 89-85. Winky Bopper, what's up, Winky? Eric C. said, just saw it, yes, sir. Ratatouille intact. Oh, the Colin Sexton rat tail. Oh, man. Jay said, Bridges sucks. I mean, he's 3 for 9 tonight. Anunoby's 4 for 10. Towns, 7 for 12. Shamit, 5 for 9. Alvarado's 2 for 7. Just not a very good night for almost anybody, except for Towns. Towns has shot it well. Nobody else has really shot it well. Even on the Bulls, 3 for 7 for Dillingham, 1 for 3 for Sexton, 2 for 5 for Richards, 3 for 8 for Pat Williams, 4 for 8 for Okoro, who shot it well tonight so far. Semi-Pro said Bridges needs to be traded. Well, we are past the trade deadline, so no sense in bringing that up right now. Darnell said, a little volleyball game, family, we are good. J.K. Rogg said, up 4 to G Leaguers is not a good look. It's the second night of a back-to-back, and neither team is really going 100% right now. You just want to get out of this game, J.K. Roggs, with a win and your health. That is the only thing you want to do. Tonight is not a reflection on the Knicks and not a reflection on the Bulls, who are trying to lose basketball games. Steven Verdeo, what's up, Steven? Brunson is not a number 1 option on a championship team. He definitely is a second option. Once playoff star and they put a big guard on JB, he always has problems. That's been the problem the last 3 years. I don't know if you've really been watching the playoffs, Steven. Jalen Brunson has literally not had any problems the last 3 postseasons. The reasons why the Knicks have not been successful in the postseason the last 3 years has definitely not been because Jalen Brunson can't go up against big guards or big wings. He averaged over 30 points per game and 7 assists or 8 assists last year against against All-Star Thompson and the Pistons in the first round. So that ultimately did not end up being an issue. And we can go through his numbers in every single playoff series. He has been the leading scorer in every single playoff series with high efficiency since he became a Knick. So no, we might be watching 2 different players, brother. Freddie Hubbard, what's up, Freddie? Roger G. Wall said, damn, I was working, you can only look at the chat. Oh, man, Bridges. I mean, we could agree or disagree about whether or not you think he's a number 1 option on a championship team. The only way to prove or disprove it is whether or not he actually pulls off winning a championship, right? So you could believe that, and you're right to believe that until he proves you wrong, right? So, but outside of like saying he struggled in the playoffs, that's literally never been the case with Jalen Brunson. He's had maybe a bad game or two here and there, but over the course of every playoff series, he has been the leading scorer in every single playoff series he has played as a Knick from both sides of from both teams. That is in series against Joel Embiid, in series against the Pacers and Siakam or whoever, in series against Jimmy Butler that year against Miami. He has been the leading scorer for either team in the whole series. Sexton has it up top, kicks it over to Pat Williams in the left corner, attacking Towns off the bounce, catches, pump fake, kicks it out to Sexton, left corner three over Bridges. Sexton comes up short, battle for the rebound. Nick Richards grabs it, goes up, gets the layup to go on the putback attempt. And it's a 2-point game. Here we go. Come on, Knicks. Build the lead, keep the lead, pull off this victory. Josh Hart, or Alvarado has it, gets it over to Bridges, inside to Josh Hart. Josh Hart in the paint, throws up the floater, got it to go. There you go, big Josh. Here comes Sexton bringing it down. Sexton has it up top, coming to his right off the Nick Richards screen, lobs it over the top to Nick Richards. Richards hands it off to Pat Williams. Pat Williams on the left wing, being guarded by Bridges. Gets to the Nick Richards, being guarded by Shamet. Cross-court pass to Okoro. Okoro pump fake, sidestep, pass fake, kicks it out to Dillingham, inside to Okoro. Against Shamet, great rotation and help from Landry Shamet. Towns rips down the rebound, and they get it over to Shamet. Shamet gets it over to Bridges. Bridges on the right wing. 4-point lead for the Knicks. Over to Towns. Trail three for Towns. Got me to go. Karl-Anthony Towns is a 3-point shot back from Big Cat. Because we need it. Knicks back up by 7, 94-87. Approaching the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. A little over 6 to go. They get over to Dillingham. Dillingham up top being guarded by Bridges. Dillingham dancing with it. Pulls it out. Coming to his left. Off the Richards screen. Down the lane. Loses the hand on the ball, but right to Pat Williams. Stops, turns, spins. He sees a double team. Pulls it all the way back out. Towns now guarding him. Stops, turns, spins again. Kicks it out. Colin Sexton a straightaway three, and he answers right back with a three of his own, knocking it back to a 4-point game, 94-90. And we are past the halfway point. My timer a couple of seconds off, but we will catch up. Alvarado has it up top. Attacking to his left, down the lane, shovels it out to Towns. Towns, another pick and pop three. He's open. Can't get that one to go down. Nick Richards with the rebound. Here comes Sexton. Sexton pushing the pace, driving it down. Bully ball into the paint, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. And another foul on Landry Shamet. Good aggressive drive from Colin Sexton. He'll send him to the foul line for 2. Jay said, Knicks blowing this man way too close. It is a little too close for my liking. Like I said, as long as you walk away from the victory, this game is not gonna tell us anything about either team. This is now I see the rat tail. Now I can't stop seeing it. You gotta cut that rat. Listen, man. It was a funny thing when you had it in college. You are now in your 30s. I'm pretty sure Sexton is. As Sexton knocks down the first free throw. Right? Hold on. Let's pull up his profile. How old is Colin Sexton now? If he is 30, somebody gotta go cut that rat tail off right now. Somebody go grab. He's 27. I'm gonna let him rock. It is still disgusting, and you're too grown for that. But I'll let him rock with it. 27. Keenar said, Sexton is a tough player. Always liked him. Me too. I always liked Sexton. I thought at some point throughout his career he'd end up on the Knicks, but he hasn't so far. Still only 27 years old. Maybe he will someday. Brunson bringing it down. He's back in for the final half of basketball here. We have 5:25 to go. They get over to Huck Porty, who's in for Towns. Brunson coming to his right off the Huck Porty screen. Brunson directing traffic, hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top, coming to his left, gets it over to Huck. Huck, pass fake, stops, turns, spins, driving it down in the lane, gets blocked by Pat Williams. What was that, big Huck? Here comes Nick Richards pushing it down the other way, loses the handle. Alvarado applying some pressure here. Nick Richards down low to Okoro, gets stripped. Brunson steals it, and over to Alvarado, hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart pushing the other way. Cross-court pass to Alvarado, catches, pulls it back out, leaves it off for Brunson. Brunson on the left wing. Brunson driving to his left. Stops, turns, spins, has it in the post against Trey Jones. Backing him down, leans in, step back, fall away midi. Can't get it to go. Normally a go-to shot for Brunson. Just couldn't knock it down there. Still a 2-point game, 94-92, 4:30 to go. Sexton on the right wing, crosses over on Brunson, down the lane against Huck. Good defense from Huck Porty to come up with the block. Alvarado picks up the loose ball, hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart stops, doesn't want to force it, gets it down low to Huck Porty, and then out of bounds off of Alvarado as Huck Porty and Anunoby filled the same lane coming down the middle of the court, and both of the guys thought the pass was for them, and they bobble it between the two of them, and it goes out of bounds. Again, play the clown music. Play the clown music. I'm going to set up the soundboard to have the clown music so I can play it whenever there's a ridiculous basketball going on. Because tonight is the epitome of ridiculous basketball going on. J.K. Rowling said, who is Huck? And why is he in the game with 5 minutes left? Literally never heard of him in my life. He has been a part of this Knicks team for the last 2 years, brother, and he's gotten consistent minutes this year as the third string center when Mitchell Robinson sits. So I don't know where you've been, brother, but he is the backup center when Mitchell Robinson is out for the injury management. Jay said, tank time in Chicago, but the Knicks won't allow it. No. Chicago's like, God, the Knicks won't pull away. We're trying to give them open looks, and they just won't knock them down. And the Knicks are like, we're trying to knock down these shots, and we just can't pull away from Chicago. Both teams messing up their goals here tonight. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Why are the Bulls even? Mark said cardiac. Cardiac Knicks in full effect. J.K. Rock said, not a Knicks fan, but I follow basketball and have never heard of that scrub. Well, he was, I think, the last pick, technically, in the draft 2 years ago. And he is the third string center for the Knicks when Mitchell Robinson sits. Keenar said, yep, the Knicks refusing to let the Bulls tank. The Bulls are trying, man. They just put Josh Giddey back into the game. They took Colin Sexton out. They were like, Colin Sexton, you're too effective tonight. We'd rather have Josh Giddey in there for the tank, who has not really done much tonight. Josh Giddey has what? 4 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. A far cry of what Josh Giddey has done majority of the season. Jason said, haven't said this much, but get Cat back in the game now. We'll see Cat probably in a couple of seconds here. Buzelis ends up throwing it out of bounds. 4:10 to go. Knicks still holding on to this 2-point lead, 94-92. They get it into Brunson. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Bridges has it up top. Trying to get it to Huck Porty. Huck Porty has it up top. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets it over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Driving it down. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Huck Porty knocks it out, but right to Okoro. Okoro gets it over to Giddey. Giddey shoves it over to Buzelis. Trail 3 straight away. Got it to go, and a 1-point lead for Chicago. And here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. It's really going to come down to the wire, Knicks, really? This is what you're going to do to us? 3:30 to go. You better pull this victory off. Don't lose this game. They get it over to Anunoby. Catches, pump fakes, shoots the 3 in the left corner. Can't get it to go. Mike Brown, put Karl-Anthony Towns back in the game, man. Where's there he is. He gets up off the bench. Got to get him back in. Giddey dancing with it, gets it out to Buzelis. Buzelis gets it over to Trey Jones. Trey Jones coming to his right. Pass fake. Gets it over to Okoro. Now back to Jones. Jones driving it down in the paint. Leaves it off for Buzelis. A bad pass. Out of bounds. Off of the Bulls. It's going back to the Knicks. The Bulls are going to use a challenge here. Trying to save the possession. Saying it was out of bounds off of the Knicks. J.K. Rogg said, this is embarrassing. Rockets win literally means nothing if you lose this. Gotta disagree, brother. Neither one of these teams are playing at 100. It's definitely out of bounds off of Josh Hart. It is out of bounds off of Josh Hart. So the Bulls will win that challenge and get the ball back. This game doesn't tell you anything about either team, brother. You can't hang on every single regular season game. There's 82 of them. XECYR, what's up, X? Do you think the Knicks lose this? I mean, they could. Trailing by 1 with 3 minutes to go. I don't think they do, but they could. Lionel Fong, what's up, Lionel? Why not play Clarkson for offense since no one else is doing much scoring? Because Clarkson can't guard a traffic cone. But, yeah, might have been an interesting night to try and get Clarkson in there just for some scoring, for some fresh legs. Not a bad idea. Jay said, what's your best player on the bench? Why is your best player on the bench? Well, Brunson's in the game, but the best player tonight has been Karl-Anthony Towns, and he's now in the game after this timeout. He was at the scorer's table. Ellie Moses. What's up, Ellie? Knicks will win this. Watch. I'm planning on it. I'm planning on them winning. Would be an incredibly disappointing loss if they incredibly disappointing loss if they did not win it. Robert Gooding said, this team is not done. New York Knicks 2026 champs. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Marilyn Tinsley. What's up, Marilyn? Eamon Owens. Excuse me. Eamon Owens. What's up, Eamon? The Knicks come out with their starting lineup is out there. Bulls come out with Okoro, Buzelis, Giddey, Richards, and Trey Jones. They get it into Okoro. And a foul before the shot, foul on the floor. Eric C said, not worried about tonight's game either way, but I want the win. Like you said, not going to read it into it with anything good or bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not been a good game, but tonight doesn't tell you anything about either team. One team is trying to lose. One team is just trying to survive, right? You obviously want to walk out of here with a win, but your number one priority is staying healthy, and then obviously you got to get the win. Anunoby comes up with a block on Giddey. What a defensive play for OG, who's bringing it down now. OG has it up top, being guarded by Giddey. Coming to his left off the Towns screen, pulls it out, over to Towns. Knock me down, Towns. Knock me down, Karl Anthony Towns. The three-point shot seems to be back, y'all. It seems to be back. We needed the three-point shooting from Karl Anthony Towns to be back, and it seems to be back. Knicks back up by 2. Trey Jones has it up top, swings through to his right, kicks it in the corner. Okoro over to Buzelis. Buzelis, pump fake, rhythm dribble, puts up the three over Brunson, comes up short. Towns with the rebound. They get it over to Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns has been fantastic tonight, 27-11. Brunson up top, coming to his right, over to Towns. Towns, another one. No, he pump fakes. Now he's going to drive it down to the lane. Scoop layup. Got me to go. Karl Anthony Towns with a finger roll. 99-95 with 2 minutes to go. Why didn't I restart the timer? My bad. 99-95, under 2 to go now. Cross-court pass, a 3 for Buzelis. Buzelis can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Brunson ends up with it. Good fight from Bridges to keep it alive. Here comes Jalen Brunson. 1:45 to go. As long as the Knicks can just stay solid here, they should be able to win. Pocket pass to Towns for the pick and pop. He's feeling it. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Bridges knocks it loose. Josh Hart has it. Bullet pass inside to Anunoby. Anunoby gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Come on, OG. You got to be stronger with the ball there. Here comes Giddey pushing it the other way. Spins to his right, down the lane. A lot of contact. No foul call. They swing it out. Trey Jones in the lane. Gets caught in the air. Gets tied up. Loose ball. Josh Hart knocking it loose. Ball's kicked out. Richards picks it up. They swing it out. Giddey, a straightaway 3 over Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Anunoby, not paying attention with the rebound, falls right into the hands. They get over to Brunson, and now we're at about a minute. My timer's a full minute behind, but take a full minute off. We are at 1 minute to go. 99-95. Brunson has it up top, coming to his right, gets it over to Towns on the pick and pop. He doesn't want to shoot it. He's going to drive it in instead, draws the foul, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2. Foul on Nick Richards. And the Knicks up by 4. Towns can put them up by 6 at the foul line here. Captain Mastiff, what's up, Captain? All right, good defense. Let's go Knicks. They're going to pull off the victory here. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Tay Cowboys said, OG on the plane headed home. Just got to survive the night, man. Just got to survive the game. They get the day off tomorrow. They are on the road playing Cleveland in Cleveland on Tuesday. You just got to survive the night. Southern Gent said, Cat all day, every day, twice on Sunday. He is hooping today. 27 points, 5 for 9 from three-point range, 5 big old made threes for Karl Anthony Towns. I'm loving it. 27-11, another dominant rebounding performance as always from Big Cat. X said, I watched you live earlier and listened to it while I was working. Appreciate you, X. Glad you came back. Okay? Glad you came back for the next one. James Houlihan said, the Bulls are playing like garbage. I think you want them playing like garbage, James. You want as high as a pick as you can get. You're playing hard. You got it close. Ultimately, you want to play good, well-contested, close games, but you want to lose at the end, James. Should be the goal the rest of the season for the Chicago Bulls. Ernie Rivera with the subscription. Appreciate you, Ernie. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that, man. Don't Buck with me said, trying to survive in a championship team. It's the regular season, brother. It is a marathon, not a sprint. You try to survive. Towns misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Come on, Big Cat. Knock down your free throws. Elite Wolf. What up, Elite Wolf? We went to war last night, so I'm not surprised this is close. Yeah, absolutely. Both teams are on the second night of a back-to-back. I did not expect a pretty game. We did not get a pretty game. Towns missed the first free throw. He's got one more coming. He missed it right off the back of the rim, so he was right on line. He's going to knock this one down. Watch it. Watch it. My guy, Big Cat, he's going to knock it down. Perfect second free throw. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. 55 seconds to go. Timeout for the Chicago Bulls. 195. Angel said, Sheffy on the super grind today. This is our third show, baby. This is our third show. And all three of them, excellent audiences. You guys showed up, showed out. First game was great. Second game was also really good. And obviously our Knicks coverage. Always my preference to end with the Knicks. Right? I don't particularly love, obviously we'll still do it, but I don't love when we cover the Knicks and then we try to cover a late game after the Knicks. I love ending our night with the Knicks coverage. Elite Wolf said, are the Cavs on a back-to-back or are they going to be 100% on Tuesday? They played today, so they'll be 100% on Tuesday. They also played today. They lost to the Thunder today. So they were out in Oklahoma. They will be flying back to Cleveland. And the Knicks will be flying to Cleveland after tonight. Maybe they'll wait. I don't know. Mark reminded me of the thumbs up button. If you are liking the stream, go ahead and like this. If you are enjoying yourself here tonight, go ahead and like the stream. Hit the thumbs up button. I'd very much appreciate it, guys. Very, very much. This is our third game that we are covering tonight in full. First, we covered Cavs versus Thunder. Then we immediately went right into Nuggets versus Warriors. And then we had about an hour break in between before we came back for, of course, never going to miss a Knicks game, covering our Knicks versus Bulls matchup. Robert Thomas said, I'm a Detroit guy, but letting you know because I enjoy your content as I came back. Appreciate you, Robert. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Pat Williams hands it off to Giddey. Giddey quickly trying to go down to the rim, gets the layup and the foul over Anunoby. Come on, OG. What was that, OG? Come on, OG. Give him the and one layup. Mark said this game is not over. No, it is not. Unfortunately, no, it is not. Don't Buggle said Villanova and OG played horribly. Yeah, not a good game from anybody except Towns. Towns is really the only guy who had it going today. They played through him. Giddey misses the free throw. Josh Hart with the rebound. Knicks with a 3-point lead. One possession game. Josh Hart getting trapped in the backcourt. They get it in the Josh Hart for the 8 seconds. Now they get it over to Brunson. Now we're going to run some controlled offense here. 35 seconds to go. A bucket should, one basket here should put the dagger in him. Brunson driving it down in the lane, stops, kicks it out. Bridges, an wide open three. He's been off all night, but of course that's the one he hits. Mikal Bridges puts the nail in the coffin on the Chicago Bulls tonight. 26 seconds to go, up by 6. Should do it. It should. More than enough time for some magic to happen. Should it happen, but I don't expect this Bulls team to pull off the magic. So that should be the dagger, but obviously game not over yet. 26 seconds is an eternity in basketball. Well, that should be it. That should be the dagger. It should, right, Mark? It should. It should. I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't want to be one of those people who ends up on a highlight reel talking about, oh, and the Knicks thought it was over because they hit the 3, went up by 6 with 26 seconds to go, and the next thing you know, the Chicago Bulls come down and they hit 2 threes in a row, and then we're going to overtime. So it should be the dagger. But we're going to wait to see if the Knicks can get a defensive stop here, and then that'll end it. One more defensive stop, and that'll end it here. Big Rud said it's done. Thank you, guys. Big Rud, we took care of business. The Bulls wanted to lose. The Knicks wanted to win. So both teams should walk out of the arena happy. J.K. Rod said, Denver's coach gave the game away. Some of the worst coaching I've seen. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the Golden State Warriors, man. Brandon Podziemski had probably the quarter of his life in that fourth quarter against Denver. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to your opponent, man. Sometimes there's really nothing you could do. Sometimes it's just the guy's night. Karl Anthony Towns' 39th double-double this season, which is the most in the NBA. Robert Gooding said everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. The Bulls wanted to lose. The Knicks wanted to win. That should be the result here tonight. There's still 26 seconds to go. They get it into Trey Jones. Trey Jones driving it in on Shamit. Bump Euro. Gets the reverse layup. He went quickly. It's a good job from Trey Jones. They get it into Brunson. Brunson gets fouled by Okoro immediately. It's 2 free throws for Brunson. We're going to pad our stats a little bit. I always love me a good pad statting. Pad your stats, young men. Pad your stats. Eric C. said, I'm not mad about this game after yesterday. More inclined to judge the next game. Yeah, today was just a survive and advance type of game. Survive the game. Get to the next one. Win, lose, or draw. This was not going to tell us anything new about the Knicks. Second night of a back-to-back. They played like a tired team that didn't really care that their opponent, like they're playing the Chicago Bulls, who we've been talking about it all night, are not all that inclined to win basketball games right now. So you just wanted to walk out with the victory, and you wanted to walk out fully healthy. And it looks like they're on their way to accomplishing those 2 goals with 21 seconds remaining and a 5-point lead after Brunson knocked down that first free throw. He's got another one coming here. Brunson knocks down both. That should end it. 20 seconds to go. Giddey's going to rush it down. Put his head down, go to the rim, throw up the floater. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. And they're going to let him dribble out the clock. And that's going to be it. There you go. There it is. And the Knicks finally pull off the victory. And that's it. That's going to end it right there. And that's going to end also our triple header coverage. We pulled it off, y'all. We pulled it off. All 3 games we wanted to cover, we got through every single one of them, and all 3 of them ended up being really good games all the way down to the end, to the wire. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me for probably, if you guys were in here from the beginning to the end, we went live at 2:45 exactly, and we stayed live. We took an hour break in between the Warriors Denver game and our Knicks coverage. We took 1 hour off before we came back on live. And we were able to cover all 3 hours of this game, including our pregame coverage. Robert Gooding said, and the Knicks won, so the day was good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nothing better than when the Knicks win. We started our night with Cavs Thunder. We watched the Thunder go up by 23 points to start the night before the Cavs stormed back, took the lead, but eventually went down to the Thunder at the end there, 121-113. Hawks ended up being the Nets, to be expected. Raptors ended up being the Bucks, to be expected. The Warriors, unexpectedly, had a very impressive game here today against the Denver Nuggets, a mostly healthy Denver Nuggets team. The only guy they were missing was Aaron Gordon, and the Warriors were able to pull off that victory. And then the Mavericks beat the Pacers, kind of to be expected. It was a close one. The Hornets beat the Wizards, to be expected. The Celtics beat the Lakers, to be expected. And the 76ers knocked off the Timberwolves in embarrassing fashion, 135-108. My goodness. Minnesota, what is that? That's a bad loss. Denver lost. And you were then tied with Denver for the 6th seed, and now that loss pushes you back down. And then the Knicks beat the Bulls, finally, the result we needed. The Blazers beat the Suns. I'm sorry, Suns, Jen, you only put up 77 points tonight. What a disaster. Devin Booker's out. Dylan Brooks is out. That sucks. Mark said, you love to see Minnie lose. You love to see Minnesota lose for sure. They dropped to 35-23. Are the Knicks now winning the Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle trade? It feels like we have to revisit this trade every single time one of these teams has a lull in their season. I'll tell you what, I'm happy to have Karl Anthony Towns on the squad. I'll tell you that. But like I said, it was about surviving in advance. But I will tell you guys, tomorrow we will be live yet again. We'll be live at 6:30 p.m. It is a Peacock game. We'll be watching Spurs versus Pistons. It's going to be a fun one. It is going to be a fun one. Semi-Pro said, yeah, you just got another subscriber, bro. Great win. Appreciate you, Semi-Pro. We will be live again tomorrow, but this will be our only coverage. Spurs versus Pistons. The other games don't really scratch my interest too much between Kings, Grizzlies, and Jazz Rockets. But Spurs Pistons should be very fun, very entertaining. So I'm excited for it. Mark said, school's canceled tomorrow. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Probably going to be canceled on Tuesday, too. We'll see how bad this snow gets. But with that being said, I'm going to end it right there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for tonight. Shout out to all of the channel members, whether you became a member on your own volition or you were gifted a membership. Either way, I very much appreciate your guys' support tonight with your viewership. My goodness, I think we set a goal for the most amount of viewers we've ever had in a day. Now, it also helps that we streamed 3 games today, but either way, I appreciate you guys. Of course, we're going to do it all over again tomorrow, covering Spurs Pistons, and then, of course, we'll be live again on Tuesday for our Knicks coverage. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Remember, brush teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.